Keeler. He took over the bank as soon as the judge was murdered.
But I think that's because when you make tough decisions, you're left to deal with the repercussions.
But seriously, dear, I've done so many of these shows across the nation, helped so many people, and guided them to my website. And
look at this.
What is this, a joke program? I mean, what type of a program are you running here?
Here comes the ball.
Go, go, go.
Did you hear that hair?
Be hungry. First on Fox Sports.
New York!
Morning radio personality Bill Keeler is no longer on the air. He was fired yesterday over a contract.
Father O'Shaughnessy?
Yes.
Great Paul, well in Lynchburg, Virginia. How are you?
Good morning, Jim. Go to hell!
Free your mind.
So I told my wife, I wonder if I will remember how to do this. I'm really not sure. So, good morning. Back after a vacation and then a stint of being sick. So, I don't think I have had a summer vacation.
Yes.
So, in the summertime, we usually travel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have had a summer vacation and been able to come back without being sick.
I mean, what do you think it is? Do you think it's the
it was
flights,
the
foreign
four.
country?
It's the four people that were like behind us on the airplane,
Oh, boy.
hacking up a lung,
Oh my gosh.
and our flight was 9 hours.
Mm.
So everything was good until without belaboring this whole thing. So we come back. That was last Wednesday or Tuesday, late Tuesday.
Yeah.
So then early Wednesday, I have to leave for Buffalo for checkup at Roswell. And they do blood work and a whole examination and everything as part of all of that. So that goes well in the morning. And then by the time I'm done, it's later in the day, so we spend the night. By afternoon, I'm clearing my throat. Constantly clearing my throat. By nighttime, I have a temperature of 103.
So it came on quick. There was like a little sign
It was
that
fast.
something was going on, and then wham.
So I'm thinking, it's definitely COVID. And the fever was bad. And I was to the point where I was taking you know how they do the Tylenol and Advil combo.
Mm-hmm.
So first 3 hours, you'll take Tylenol. And then 3 hours later, you'll take Advil, and you keep rotating it that way. It's supposed to keep your temperature down. I couldn't get the temperature down.
Wow.
So I was just taking, I was taking 600 milligrams of Advil and 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol, and that would get it down to about 102. So it was something. So that lasted into this past weekend. Friday night, started to feel better. I was actually at the ER because they wanted blood work. There was no way I was driving back out to Buffalo.
Yeah, no.
So we ended up at Wynn Hospital. I'll tell you about that experience. It really was a good experience. And the place is beautiful.
Yeah, it is nice. I've only ever seen the lobby since it was a shell when we saw it, years ago.
My mom was in the hospital there.
I heard she's
last
doing all right.
week. She's doing very well.
Good.
And she was in the ER, and then later in a room she spent the night. Had a very good positive experience. So, listen, it is what it is. Everybody's short-staffed, and you're gonna get that sort of thing, I believe. But her experience, my experience, both were great. Also, interesting story. They came in. And because of my situation, at Wynn, they want to do testing everything. So not just blood work. I'm thinking I'll be there for a few hours. And it lasted for a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, they said we're going to have to get a chest x-ray. I'm like, well, I'm going to have to be rolled somewhere. No, they roll in this device, ask everybody to leave the room. They take the x-ray of your chest or whatever right there in the ER room.
Wow, that's impressive.
It was 2 minutes. I couldn't believe it.
Mobile x-ray on demand.
It was good. Anyway, got through all of that, and then the weekend I started to feel better. Haven't had a temperature since Friday night, and here I am.
I'm glad you're doing well.
So I think you'll be okay. I don't expect you to catch anything. I hope you don't, and all of that.
And while I tested negative, same thing. I came home. That's why.
Were you sick too?
Friday, I didn't come in, and Megan ran best of again because I just didn't want to take any chances of exposing everybody to whatever. But I had tested negative, and
you were on an airplane.
Yeah.
It is spreading, and yet let me tell you, something's going on because there was not a room available at Wynn. They were jam packed. So
like for rooms to stay.
Yeah. So there are a lot of people that are sick right now. Glad to see that since I've been gone, nothing seems to have changed, except the Mets get swept over the weekend. Yankees playing better, right?
Yeah, they're playing better. Yes.
Davey's happy the Mets are swept. So is Andrew. But I would be careful of being happy like that.
I'm not overtly celebrating.
Things could come right back to where they were. How about Davey, the Buffalo Bills? Oof, rough performance.
Yeah, very rough.
It is. Listen, it's preseason. You remember in 2018, I think they lost to, I don't even know who. Like 47-3 or something in preseason. It doesn't mean much. Josh Allen played 8 plays, 10 plays, something like that?
He played 8 plays.
So, I mean, that is what it is. However, what did concern me is the line. You saw Allen doing a lot of running for his life, and they just couldn't control the line of scrimmage, and the running game was going nowhere.
Cook's got to have a better next game, next preseason.
Yeah. Which is this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm glad to see nothing has changed. The controversy with Katie Aiello and the Alleyway still goes on.
Well, there was a story that was put up on our website, WIBX950.com, that talked a little bit about that. Mayor Galimi came in, he phoned in last week to explain to us that indeed a child was running around in there and skinned their knee really bad. And
you're not going to believe what I've heard.
And
you're not going to believe what I heard.
Yeah, apparently
I've heard that it's being rumored out there that Nancy Ford got a kid that she knows. Nancy Ford is the photographer. I'm good friends with Nancy. She's the initial person who started complaining about this alleyway for A, its ugliness, B, its safety issues.
Right.
And what is coming now, I'm not saying this is coming from Katie Aiello's camp, but who else would come up with this?
You say there's a rumor? I think I know where you're going with this.
There's a rumor that Nancy found a kid to purposely fall so that they could then try to prove that it was unsafe.
Oh, man.
So a kid fell.
A kid did fall, and the city was put on notice. So there is no legal action against the city as of now, but they were put on notice.
Well,
which is why you have to. Which is why they had to put up the barricades, which is why they had to put up the signage, which is why they had to basically affirm what we have been talking about.
They haven't been able to clean. Like, you had homeless people defecating inside there.
Yeah, literally.
And I mean, who knows what this kid had scraped into the skin of his knees. And
I don't want to think about it.
Who knows what? I don't even want to think about it.
But they have... The city engineering department has tried to find a way, or are looking into a way, that they can sand this material down. But Mayor Galimi has said that
I have
he
a
does
great
not.
way, and that is take a bulldozer and clean it out.
Well, with the fiscal responsibility in the mind of Mayor Mike Galimi, he has kind of alluded to the fact that he does not want to spend the money to have to tear it all up and do something new again. While that would be ideal, I don't think it's going to happen.
Listen, it's disgusting looking. It's unsafe. Sanding that down is not going to do anything. Dig it up, pull it out, and start over. You have no choice. You'd be better off with just the concrete slab that is underneath that.
Yeah,
So get
or
rid of
just
that
stamped concrete,
ugly
yeah.
green mess. I don't think it's stamped concrete. I think it's
I'm
just.
saying doing some stamped
I
concrete.
wouldn't even do that. Just bring it down. You can grind it back down to where it was and figure something out down the road. That's what I would do. But then again, I am not Mayor Galimi.
I don't think. I think it's definitely a difficult situation. But in the meantime, he said people have permitted or applied for a permit to hold another event there. So,
boy, she's working hard to make this seem.
Maybe
if anybody's setting up people to go. I mean.
maybe
who
we
in
could
their right
put
mind?
some sand in there and
Who in
have
their
a beach
right?
motif.
Who in their right mind would want to hold an event there? I don't understand it. By the way, sandboxes, that sort of thing. In our area, unfortunately, sandboxes become kitty litter pens.
Yes. Well,
Cat
maybe
pens.
that could be the thing. There's a
Maybe
lot of
that's
stray
it.
cats around the
Yeah.
area.
On the radio this morning, Ryan Schmelz will speak with him. The latest on the presidential race. Boy, has this race changed in the last 2 weeks since I've been gone.
Yeah, a lot has happened since you've been away.
Holy moly! I can't. Let's see what Ryan has to say.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. There's still arguments over. Do you know? I think that Trump is saying that Harris is using AI at her rallies to make it look like she has a crowd.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard
that. Dr. Mark Montgomery in studio today. A lot I want to talk to him about, but of course, the final Joseph's ride, and we'll explain that.
And I said that to him. I said, "What do you said you're done? This is a very popular event that people look forward to every year, and he has his reasons, so he will discuss that when he comes in."
We've been watching a series slowly on it's Hulu, I believe, called Clipped. And it's the story of, do you remember when the Clippers went through the whole thing with the owner?
Oh, yeah.
Don Davey. Don.
Who was the Clippers owner there?
Oh, yeah, Don is his name.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for that.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Donald Sterling.
Donald Sterling and his wife and that whole thing, and the woman. You remember? I remember when this all went down, and she's wearing the shield, like the welder's shield, and she's out walking, and she said you did interviews. There's a Barbara Walters interview out there. The nice thing about these shows is when you get done, you can then go to YouTube and look up the original interviews and kind of watch a lot. That really did happen. But it's a really good series. If you want to check it out, it's called Clipped, and I would highly recommend it. Let's see. On the radio this morning, also we'll talk to Ben Simons. Manure conference was held over the weekend.
It was.
They were all full of
blank
talking about manure, and that's all coming up along with much more here this morning. Hobica's free money question of the day. We'll get to that. A chance to Davey, what are we doing this morning? Are we going in easy here in August? Hobica has been quite tense.
Yeah, $100 today.
$100. Okay.
Yep.
Let's do a simple, easy question and give away $100.
You can't blame me for the amounts that I was gone after last week, so I don't know what they gave away.
Okay. All
Well,
right.
we made difficult questions, but that's for sure. Actually, some of them very doable for amounts of.
You didn't have any winners?
$400 or $500.
Well, maybe we can change that.
We should.
All right.
Been on a winning drought.
And for $400 and $500.
That's what Megan wanted to do.
Oh my
The
Lord
dangers of her
Almighty.
being in that booth.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
I was only here Monday and Tuesday last week. I did $100 and $200.
Yeah,
like,
so she did.
like me, I always do, but she
Yeah.
raised the
3,
band.
4, and 5.
Well, I all I did is I got a message from Hobica that said, "I'm glad to see we're giving away Megan's money now." That's what he said. I didn't know what that meant, to be honest.
Yes.
Has anyone? I got a call last night from. Oh, I wanted to mention too. The Herkimer County Fair begins tomorrow.
Wow, already.
That's sad.
Holy
It's
moly.
sadness when you hear that because
Yeah.
it means it's the end of the summer's coming.
Ugh.
After this, the state fair begins.
Right.
That's
Next
really
weekend.
the sign
Next week.
And then Labor Day, and immediately temperatures drop by 35 degrees.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we're going to struggle getting out of the upper 60s today. It might not make, I was listening to your forecast this morning, it might not make 70 today.
Yeah, my apologies because
No worries.
I had pulled up.
What
I know
does
you said
Mike Johnson say?
Mike Johnson is saying it is going to be tough to get to 70.
Yeah, well, I had pulled up the Birmingham, Alabama forecast.
That's always a good forecast. Yeah.
I looked and it said mostly sunny and 92. I said,
Listen, we traveled overseas where the temperature on a daily basis was either upper 90s or lower 100s.
wow.
And I was putting in about 17,000 steps a day. No wonder why I ended up with the flu. Although they say that's good for you. The more you
get your blood flow.
you want to exercise. So, and it is, and isn't it like Americans? So we were lucky enough to visit the Vatican. I mean,
That's
is
awesome.
And I'm not even Catholic, and it is a religious experience. It's unbelievable, but it's beyond that. I always wondered. I've never wondered this until I was standing in a packed, probably 92 degree Sistine Chapel, looking up at the with amazement. It's incredible
That you were there. Where this
I was
historic
there to see it.
site is talked about around the world.
And I got to tell you, this is where Wizard of Oz got. You know the part where they come in and actually see the Oz, Oz, and it's the big, it's the big voice, and he's like silence with the echoing
part,
sound.
yeah.
Have you been to the Sistine Chapel?
I have not.
Okay, this is what happens inside. You walk in. Now, if you're lucky enough to be in there and there aren't a lot of people, you can sit on a bench. You can even lie on the floor and look straight up. It's incredible. We were wall-to-wall people, sweaty people, most of them Americans.
Okay, good.
Most
So
of them
some
Americans. Yes, at least Americans know how to wear not just deodorant, but antiperspirant. But let me tell you something. When you're walking in there, it's made very clear. Number one, you cannot walk into the Vatican, and certainly into the Sistine Chapel, without men cannot wear hats. Women cannot have to cover their shoulders.
Oh, okay.
So they actually hand out these paper, what would you call it? Shawls or something.
Okay. They put over
Where
your
you
head?
you could put over your shoulders.
Okay, all right.
You don't have to cover your head, but you do have to cover your shoulders. And the other thing is no shorts. So now here we are. It's 102 degrees and we're wearing pants. But don't you know, Americans,
Oh, no.
we follow our own rules.
Yeah, right.
The other thing is strictly prohibited. Do not pull out your phone and take a picture. There are no photos allowed
Really?
inside. And here's the part that comes from so you're in this, the Sistine Chapel is not as large as you might think, but it is large.
Yeah.
And echoey. And all of a sudden on the speaker comes, let's see, how does he, in Italian. Anyway, basically saying no photos, and silence. So if you remember in Wizard of Oz, it's silence.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it sounds like at the Sistine Chapel. Silence.
Only an Italian guy.
And it's you don't even know where he's coming from. I don't know. He's got to be on microphone. Silence. Silenci. Starts out, Silenci. Silence. And then guys come out from nowhere. I don't know where they're coming from.
And beat the
Security
daylights
guys.
out of people.
Security guys, and they're like, no photos, no photos. To typical Americans trying to still eat. With him saying that, the guy from, I don't know, it could be God for all I know.
The Pope. It was the Pope.
Still trying to take photos.
Oh, my God.
We just seem like we follow by our rules. He said I can't take a photo. Don't you realize you're in a facility where God is watching?
Yeah. Well,
if there's any
here's
place
the
in the
thing.
world.
If you know anything about Italians, if you watched The Godfather Part 1, Sonny took that camera, smashed it, and then he threw the FBI agent some money to replace his camera, but he still smashed it.
And let me tell you something. Let's not forget, you're in another country. You're not in Italy when you walk onto the Vatican.
It is its own nation.
You're at the Vatican City. It's the smallest nation in the world, but it is. They have their own army, and you could disappear. I'm just saying. Anyway, that was the highlight of the experience.
Pretty cool.
Silence! Silence!
Shut up!
And then I yelled out, "I'll get you, my little pretty." No, you were silent. You didn't say a word. But they were Americans. And I find that we're often disrespectful.
Or we just don't know how to follow instructions.
How were we? I'm sorry, I didn't understand. No Italian. I don't understand. He's speaking in English. Silence! Olympics. I got calls last night about the Olympics. Paul Buckley, one of them, he's like, this is terrible. Closing ceremonies, terrible. Well, I'll tell you why it was terrible, because Tom Cruise came in.
Oh, God.
Did you see they had him fly in?
Yeah, he did like a Mission Impossible stunt.
And that apparently is the connection to the L.A. Olympics, which will be the next Summer Olympics.
Oh, nice.
But, and then there was something that was somewhat sacrilegious in the opening ceremony where there was a parody of the Last Supper or something. I'm not sure what that was.
Yes, there was people that.
Why would you go there?
I don't know.
Why even go there?
I don't know. But I think there was a wardrobe malfunction where a male's you-know-what may have slipped out and was on the table as part of this motif. And, caused a big controversy.
Let me go with Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio, standing by right now. Ryan, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I have
I've comment on what you talked about, but I think I should probably shut my mouth.
What was that? Oh, you have things that. What did you think of the closing ceremonies?
I did not watch, to be
I didn't either.
With you.
Yeah, I didn't either. It's like Paul Buckley called me, a listener, a friend, called and said, "Are you watching this?" And I said, "No, I'm not. No. I'm not. I'm going to bed."
Knowing it was, if it was Paris, it was probably weird. That's
the thing. You cannot be surprised.
Yeah.
Because it's Paris. Everybody was all up in arms. I'm like, you're dealing with the French. This is a complete.
It's like if you were to do a closing ceremony in New Orleans. It would be the most.
That's exactly.
Thing you've ever seen in your life.
I'm surprised it wasn't like a naked Cirque du Soleil, the opening.
Well, it almost was.
Yeah,
it almost was.
Just walking around.
Yes. So I don't think we should be surprised. All right. So I have been gone for 2 weeks, but following along, and what a change in this presidential election. What can we expect this week? Trump and Harris this week, Ryan. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think there's too much on the campaign schedule just now for either of them, though we could see some things get scheduled soon. Over the weekend, I think the big thing everyone's talking about is how Harris embraced this no tax on tip policy, which was something that former President Trump has been pushing for months now. So Trump is now accusing Harris of being a copycat for a policy that he believes he kind of started.
Have we been reduced to this? Like when you get policies that are similar, the other one is calling the other one a copycat. I feel like
sure, but isn't it nice to be talking policy?
It is. You're right. You're right. It's
good point.
It has been so long. So maybe that's okay.
Yeah, let's bring tax policy back up into just the normal conversation again, right? Then maybe we can start getting their plans on how they're actually going to address the national debt, which I think is a liability both of them have on their records. And I think we could also maybe talk about their health care plans, because that was once an issue that was number one when Trump first ran in 2016, and now it's kind of not something we talk about anymore.
Yeah. In fact, you're right. We've really not talked any policy at all through this entire campaign.
Well, she did say on day one of her administration she'd help to start to improve grocery costs, but she almost like she forgets she's in the administration now.
Right, currently.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. So.
Okay,
yeah.
so the other part of this is a rally size. Whether her rallies really have people in them, or if this is CGI. I mean, what AI? I guess.
Yeah, well, I even saw on a conservative Twitter account that's known for pushing some conspiracy theories, where he actually just said right on his Twitter account that there is no way that it is AI. Those crowds are in fact real. So when you have somebody with those credentials saying that, I think you should probably believe them.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can make the AI and the paid actor argument all you want. I think Trump has certainly faced those allegations before. I think he was facing it at his first ever rally that he held when he announced that he was running for president in 2016. I think he was accused of hiring people to show up to Trump Tower to pretend to be Trump supporters.
Yes.
And, now he doesn't really have that issue of paying people to show up to his rallies. He gets plenty of them. So, I mean, look, both of these candidates have a lot of energy behind them, at least from their core bases. But, as Trump learned in 2020, rally size doesn't always equivalent to wins.
Right.
And we heard that in last election cycle, too, where Trump would go out and rally for these folks, and then a lot of them ended up losing, like Herschel Walker and like some other Senate candidates that Trump was pushing. So, we can talk about rally size all we want, but, it doesn't always equivalent to wins at the ballot box.
Yeah, and the other part of this I think that's interesting is I really do believe that the rally size, the fact that Kamala Harris is getting big numbers, and she is getting big numbers. But I do think that Trump is responsible for his rally size, and I think he's responsible for hers as well. I'm not sure how many are pro Harris as much as they are, very much like the last election, anti-Donald Trump. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's always been kind of one thing that might be a liability for former President Trump is that while he does have a big base and he does have a great energy behind that base, especially after the shooting that happened, there's a lot of energy behind him. But there's always been this block of people, and they call it the Never Trump block. And there's Republicans and Democrats who are in that base. Well, Harris has a big population of people that she can win over. But can she win them over? That's going to be the big question.
Yeah.
And some might say that the selection of Tim Walz was there to appeal to more rural voters and more moderate voters, and that's why you see Republicans really going after his record and trying to paint him as a liberal. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I think Trump has a block of voters like that who are Democrats who might be weary about the Biden administration that he could win over too. So there certainly are, I think, a winnable block of independents, Democrats, and Republicans that both sides can attract this time around.
All right. Interesting stuff. As always, Ryan, we appreciate it. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio. Do I need to take a break, or am I okay going?
You could. Yeah, that would be nice.
Mike and Skyler, stand by. I'll get to you coming up in a second. I want to talk a little more on the Olympics. Obviously, the U.S. men's basketball team and the women's basketball team all it was a little close, that semifinal game, but overall a big victory, right, Davey?
Yeah, but it all began on Friday when the U.S. were down big time to Serbia, and then they came back.
But what a comeback.
What a comeback, though.
What a comeback that was. Anyway, stand by. We'll get to that coming up in a second. It is a Monday morning at WIBX.
Looking for a quality local roofer? Forte Roofing has you covered. They are fully insured and their work is guaranteed. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor with over 20 years experience, Forte Roofing is the one to call for all your roofing needs. Forte Roofing offers a quick turnaround, and we're now offering 0% financing. After all, roofing is our forte. Call now for a free quote. 315-317-6170. That's 315-317-6170. Or visit ForteRoofingNY.com.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top-quality tires at unbeatable prices. Now through September 2nd, get up to $130 back on a Firestone Visa prepaid card when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Or buy 4 eligible Bridgestone tires and get up to $140 back on a Bridgestone Visa prepaid card. Experience the thrill of savings on every mile. To learn more and to schedule an appointment, visit TallmansTire.com.
Summer is here, and at Steep Pawnee Chevrolet in Herkimer, we're celebrating with unbeatable offers on trucks and SUVs perfect for your summer adventures. Check out the 2024 Trailblazer LS with the convenience package and remote start. Lease it now for just $279 a month. Or if you're ready to take on any terrain, drive away in the 2024 Equinox LS all-wheel drive Midnight Edition. Leased for only $349 a month. That's right. Both leases are for 3 years with 10,000 miles per year. Just $1,000 down payment plus all taxes and fees and your first payment due on delivery. But remember, you must qualify for top-tier credit through GM Financial and have a current lease in your household. Hurry in. These sizzling summer deals end August 31st. See why it's always easy to do business at Steep Pawnee Chevrolet in Herkimer or online at steeppawneechevy.com. Together, let's drive Steep Pawnee Chevrolet, where summer drives and unbeatable deals come together.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
I want to say one other thing I think is kind of interesting. Last year, I'll say this: if you have seen my wife Allison on Facebook, wish her a belated happy birthday. She turns. God, she doesn't look. She just doesn't look. To me, she doesn't look like she's 50.
I feel
But
awful.
I believe
I missed her birthday.
51 on Friday.
What?
But listen to me. Last year, my daughter was at the ER in New York City. We drove down and spent her birthday, my wife's birthday, in the ER. And then Friday, I was in the ER on her birthday. So 2 birthdays in a row, she's been in the ER. So it's kind of been not a fun...
Happy birthday, Allie.
A fun birthday for her.
Sorry,
and as
I
I'm like,
missed it.
listen, I mean, you're spending your birthday with me. I mean, who could ask for anything more?
I'm sure she was thrilled.
Yeah, she was very thrilled. Mike and Skyler. Hello, Mike. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back.
Thank you.
You can hear me okay, right?
I got you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, there's a little static on my end. As long as you can hear me.
I hear no static.
So, good. So yesterday, a lot of times I watch the games and stuff, but I couldn't watch that game pretty much because we went to the Renaissance Festival.
Okay.
Nice.
In Sterling.
Is that still in Sterling, New York? Are they still doing the same thing?
Yep.
Okay.
It was in Sterling. Had a good time. Only different thing, of course, luckily I had cash on me because you have to pay a lot of things in cash.
Oh, okay.
For the turkey legs are like $19.
Wow. God, you can get 4 turkeys
right?
for that.
Well,
and then
they are big turkey legs too.
That's because they didn't have credit cards back in the day. So you
That's
need
right.
cash.
Well, here's the thing: they didn't have credit cards, but they had ATM machines. They have those over there. But the thing is, you could get no signal because there's only one cell tower, so that really didn't. So luckily, I had cash on me.
Oh, interesting.
But
this day and age, I got to tell you, I get worried about any place that doesn't accept a credit card today. And I know there are those that are traditional. It's like, I'm sorry, we've had this business since 1941. We've never accepted credit cards. I get that. But a place like that, not accepting credit cards, that confuses me. Anyway.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but there's a couple good shows too. We watched the oh my God, what the heck was it? The Puke and Snot show. That was fun.
Oh, that's fun.
A 2-person act with a comedy and stuff. That was her name, Puke and Snot. But they interact. It's almost like the Costello and Amber.
Okay.
So that was good. Now, but coming home, so I just caught the end of the Yankee game, right? So when I got home, I got to watch the best part was like right at the end there where they just won it. It was close. But watching the highlight, this is what I've been saying all along. The big thing about Judge, like with the walking him and stuff, the intentional walks, because they did that like 3 times.
Yeah.
But I've been waiting to see happen yesterday when they walked Judge to pitch to Stanton, and Stanton gets a 3-run home run.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He does it, and then it forces them. They have to pitch to him, and then Judge gets a home run. See, and that's unique. I mean, switching Soto and Judge would be, that would be okay, but you really want someone after
who's
him.
a threat, who's going to be threatening.
Deadly. And I said, all it has to do is happen once, because now I really doubt they're going to do the whole thing with Give 4 because it's just going to make Stanton, explode
Mike,
like that again.
Here's
But,
the thing, okay? And
Yeah.
I talked to Davey about this morning, and Bill, I think even you can agree with this as a Mets fan. The Yankees better sweep the next 3 games.
I'm not sure I agree with you. But
because it's the White Sox.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you want that.
Listen,
I'm saying
here's
it's a reality that better happen.
Here is the problem that you have. Oftentimes, there's still a Major League Baseball team, and I get it. They're struggling, and more so than anybody else in baseball. But anybody can win on any given day. And boy, look at the Bills and the Chicago Bears. I realize it's preseason, but they got the snot wiped out of them, knocked out of them. Yeah. Okay. Good stuff there, Mike. Thanks, man. And have you seen the series Clipped on Hulu?
Clipped? No, what's Clipped about? What's that about?
Go look it up.
Sterling.
Go look it up, and it's really good. I really like it. All right.
I'll check that out. Here's one for you. Here's one for you too. Instigators. That movie just came out.
I just saw it. I saw it over the weekend. My wife
watched it. How was that?
I liked it. I liked it. My wife did not like it.
Oh, really?
She did not like the woman character in the movie.
Okay. Well, it looks good.
I liked it. I watched it. I liked it. She fell asleep. Okay. All right, Mike. Thanks.
Cool.
Cordelia. Cordelia. Thank you, Mike. Cordelia. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm glad to see you back.
We're back.
You're back, and you just keep putting like we all putt.
That's what we do. That's right.
Yeah, I live in the danger zone now. Our area got the tornado. But
yeah, it's and then I got to say the wind that blew in the other night, was it Friday night or Saturday? When did that wind come in? I thought we were in for it all over again. And trees and limbs were going down, and it took me hours to clean up the backyard because of the sticks and the branches and the leaves. It was a mess. Nothing like what you guys went through.
Yeah, I got to do roof and siding. And my porch was busted. And, you just sit back and thank God that nobody got killed.
Yeah.
And, and down my corner, there's 5 houses that got to be taken down. It's kind of sad because it's been traditional families that lived there all these years. It's going to be a new beginning for the neighborhood.
Well, it's what it's going to be. I mean, you guys are tough. The Romans are tough people.
Yep. And then on another note, I met Megan this weekend.
I saw a picture of that meeting, as a matter of fact.
Oh, she showed you that.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, how bad I don't take good pictures.
Oh, I thought you looked wonderful.
Cordelia,
you looked wonderful.
Nonsense.
So, all right. Well, listen, I'm only gonna. Yeah, go ahead. Go.
She's a girl with a lot of energy-packed person.
Well, she has a lot of energy. Yep, there's no doubt. Yep.
Yeah, and she'll do good, I think.
All right, I will pass that along, Cordelia. Thank you. You have a wonderful day.
Okay, God bless you all.
Thank you, and good luck out there. I do have to break. I don't mean to push her along quickly, but we have news coming up next to WIBX.
Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or alternative minimum tax. Did you know that municipal bonds are a way for investors to support civil projects while earning federally tax-free income? The Erie Canal, which led to the expansion of the United States into the Midwest in the 1800s, was financed with municipal bonds. Are you looking to bridge the gap between the income of your working years and the income needed in retirement? Municipal bonds might provide the solution you're looking for. Henyon & Walsh is a leading specialist in tax-free municipal bonds and has provided investors with quality service and personal attention since 1990. Call now to receive their informative bond guide absolutely free. Dial 1-800-761-9761 to learn how to earn retirement income while keeping your taxes at bay. Just dial 1-800-761-9761 for a copy of their informative bond guide for free. No cost, no obligation. 1-800-761-9761. Henyon & Walsh Inc. member of FINRA and SI.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
The U.S. keeps getting ready to defend Israel. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. In case Iran attacks like it vowed it would, retaliating for the killing of Hamas's political leader in Iran, the U.S. is sending more troops and military assets to the region.
Overnight, Iran's largest proxy, Hezbollah, fired around 30 Katyusha rockets into northern Israel. We could hear the explosions from here as some of the fire was intercepted by Israel's missile defense system, the Iron Dome. That fire may have been in response to an Israeli strike on Sunday in the Lebanese port city of Sidon that reportedly killed 2 Hezbollah operatives. Daily exchanges of fire are continuing along the border.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Haifa, Israel. More than 2 years after Russia invaded Ukraine, the tables are turned. Ukrainian troops crossed the border, taking over a town, prompting Russian officials to urge more residents in the Kursk region to evacuate. More than 76,000 Russians have already left their homes. The U.S.-Mexico border remains a big issue in the presidential race after record illegal immigration.
I think it's interesting that people focus on, well, how do you deport 18 million people? Let's start with 1 million. That's where Kamala Harris has failed, and then we can go from there.
Former President Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, is in Texas today after appearing on ABC's This Week and 2 other Sunday TV shows, critical that Vice President Harris hasn't done any interviews since taking over as the Democratic candidate. President Biden stopped running for re-election amid concern about his age and mental fitness, but he tells CBS Sunday Morning.
What happened was a number of my Democratic colleagues in the House and Senate thought that I was going to hurt them in the races.
The Summer Games are over in Paris after an elaborate Olympic closing ceremony. The U.S. and China finished tied with 40 gold medals, but the Americans took home the most overall medals by far, 35 more than second-place China. Gymnast Jordan Childs will try to get back the bronze she won, but was taken away from her in a dispute over Childs' score in the floor exercise. The U.S. Olympic Committee is appealing that decision. America's listening to Fox News.
In these crazy times, there's peace of mind in security. Security for our country, for our leaders, security for our families. You are not financially secure if all your eggs are in one basket. Gold and silver are an excellent way to diversify your savings. They're a hedge against inflation. They're a physical asset that is in high demand globally from the wealthy to central banks. Investing some portion of your savings in gold is a smart way to help protect the value of what you've saved. And through our friends at Birch Gold Group, you can own physical gold and silver in a tax-sheltered retirement account. That's right. You can diversify an old IRA or 401k for no money out of pocket into an IRA in gold and silver. With an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and thousands of happy customers, you can trust Birch Gold like I do.
To learn more, text the word PROTECT to 989898 and get a free, no-obligation info kit on gold. Again, text PROTECT to the number 989898 to protect your hard-earned savings today.
While Israel continues to prepare for a possible attack from Iran, Iran is apparently meddling in our politics. Former President Trump's campaign says it's been hacked after Politico had reported it received Trump campaign documents from an anonymous source.
The Trump campaign made its assertion Saturday night that Iran was behind the release of internal documents. No specific evidence of Iran's responsibility has come from the campaign. This incident comes just days after U.S. intelligence said it had seen some escalation by Iran to interfere with the November election. The National Security Council said in a statement it takes interference threats seriously and has deferred any further comment to the Justice Department. Iran's mission to the United Nations says it denies any link to a hack of any U.S. campaign. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising ahead of reports this week on inflation after last week's wild ride that started with a massive sell-off but ended with a rebound and just small losses for the Dow and the NASDAQ in the end. We mentioned the Olympics are over, with the U.S. topping the medal count by far with 126. Well, the last ones came before yesterday's closing ceremony.
The United States women's basketball team survived France 67-66 in the gold medal game Sunday, their 61st straight Olympic win and 8th straight gold medal. Elsewhere, the U.S. men's water polo team beat Hungary in a shootout to claim the bronze medal, snapping a 16-year medal drought. The women's volleyball team had to settle for silver, losing in 3 straight games to Italy in the gold medal match. In cycling, Jennifer Valente of the U.S. got her 2nd straight gold in the women's omnium, and in wrestling, American Kennedy Blades got silver in the women's 76-kilogram freestyle. I'm Tim McMaster, Fox News.
On the NASCAR track, Austin Dillon won the race in Richmond in overtime to clinch a spot in the NASCAR Cup playoffs. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time, 7:05. I'm Andrew Dominio. It is raining with 58 degrees. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Tropical Depression Debbie has impacted communities across the Mohawk Valley, causing various weather-related challenges. Governor Kathy Hochul declared a state of emergency statewide in response to the storm. In Oneida and Herkimer counties, reports of fallen trees and power lines, along with localized flooding, have been received. Power outages were reported over the weekend, accompanied by a Spectrum service alert in various areas. Over 10,000 National Grid customers in Oneida County and 4,100 people in Herkimer County were without power. DPW crews in Ilion are working to repair a water main break in the village. Village officials say the break occurred on Otsego Street near Beer Belly Bob's. Crews are working to repair the leak. Otsego Street southbound is closed from 1st to 2nd Streets. No word if a water advisory is necessary. Multiple people had to be cut out of their vehicle after an accident on Route 5 in Schuyler Sunday afternoon. The accident happened just before 5 p.m. at the intersection of Route 5 and Dyke Road. Multiple ambulances and fire departments were called to the scene of the accident. We've reached out to state police for more information and are awaiting more of an update. Route 5 was closed between Newport Road and Windfall Road for several hours. Central New York drivers are feeling a little less pain at the pump when it comes time to fill up their vehicles. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel is at $3.52 a gallon. That's down 2 cents in the past week and is 8 cents less than this time 1 month ago. Right now, the state average is $3.56 per gallon, while nationally it's $3.44. And there's just a few weeks before kids head back to class, and the Syracuse City School District is struggling to find teachers. Currently, there are dozens of vacancies that need to be filled before 17,000 students return for the start of the brand new academic year. In September, the areas with the highest need are teachers of math, English, and special education. The starting annual salary is about $54,000, but unlike in past years, no signing bonuses are being made available. It is 7:08. Your weather forecast brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net. For today, we can expect a chance of rain showers, maybe a thunderstorm with a high maybe in the low 70s, partly sunny otherwise. We'll see an increase in clouds overnight with a low in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, an improvement, mostly sunny, with a high in the low 80s. Right now, it's 58 degrees and raining at 7:08. Sports brought to you by IBEW Nika, 43 local contractors. Well, the Olympic Games are over, and the U.S. is coming home after one of the most successful summer games in history. Team USA won 126 medals overall, their highest total since capturing 174 in Los Angeles in 1984. American women and women's teams combined for a total of 26 gold medals, which is the most ever in a single Olympics. The U.S. was also dominant on the track and in the pool, winning 34 athletic medals and 28 swimming. Team USA also surpassed 3,000 all-time medals, which is the most for any country. To the NFL, the Jets edged the Commanders 20-17 in their preseason opener for MetLife. Andrew Peasley went 8 for 11 under center for 73 yards and a touchdown pass to Jason Brownlee. New York is 1-0 in exhibition play and will visit the Panthers next Saturday. The Giants, meanwhile, will get their starting quarterback on the field next weekend in Houston. The team is expected to play Daniel Jones during New York's second preseason game against the Texans this Saturday. The gunslinger has not appeared in a game since tearing his ACL back in November. Jones was held out of the preseason opener against the Lions due to wet and rainy conditions. And the Yankees held off the Rangers 8-7 to claim their series from the Bronx. It was a close one, closer than it should have been. Clay Holmes Juan Soto slugged a pair of solo shots while Aaron Judge went deep for his 42nd homer of the season. Giancarlo Stanton belted a 3-run dinger as New York remains second in the AL East at 70 and 49, but they share the same record as the first-place Orioles. The Yanks will visit the White Sox tonight. And an interesting stat, Smitty, Giancarlo Stanton has the most 20-plus home run seasons, I believe, with 13.
You are correct.
The Mets got swept by the Mariners after suffering a 12-1 blowout loss from Seattle. Jeff McNeil accounted for the entire offense with a solo shot in the 6th inning. Luis Severino got the loss after giving up 4 runs over 5 innings.
I will just say, how are those interleague games? Those Subway Series games we played.
That's irrelevant.
How was that?
That's irrelevant
Davey?
when it comes to overall records and positions in the playoffs. You are battling for a wild card spot.
Not really. How far are they out of first place?
A half game?
No. If they were to go on a run, they could actually win the National League East. I'm telling you.
Well, they'll have to do it against the Athletics tomorrow night.
Okay.
You have a day off to
They
think
also
about
could tank, and we could be done by September. Anything could happen.
It is 7:11 on WIBX.
All right, we have a lot to get to. Dr. Mark Montgomery coming up in studio in a few minutes, promoting the final, believe it or not, the final Joseph's Ride. We'll talk to him about that. Also, Habaika's free money question of the day this morning. Got a brand new one for you. Totally doable. Let's see if we can get a winner and beat the drought that has been occurring. The official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program is Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Have you tried the matcha latte? Matcha?
Yeah.
I said matcha.
He goes to France and he forgets everything.
That's how they pronounce it in Italy. Matcha. You know what? I got to tell you, I also learned that, you know how people around here, when someone is maybe native to Italy.
Yeah.
Like the grandfather, the Italian grandfather, who speaks, when he talks like a this.
Yeah.
Every Italian that it is that's, and I had somebody say to me, "Oh, that's just a Utica thing." It is not a Utica thing, because every translator we had spoke like a this. There's an after
vowels.
Everything, and there's
vowels.
something about the Italian language, and then speaking the English language, it becomes difficult, and that extra vowel is added to everything.
Yeah, it's a love language.
It is a. See, if you look over here next to the,
Yeah, right. They tell you to be quiet.
It's not a silence. It is not a Utica thing. It is how Italians speak the English language. And let me tell you something about the Italians. We were in Rome, so and it was hot. It was so hot.
Is it humid? Is
and
it
the
like
food,
muggy?
The food was so. I love to cook Italian food.
Yeah,
and so I just wanted a basic tomato sauce with spaghetti.
They don't do tomato sauce over there, right?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, good.
Okay. Anyway,
well, I heard it's not the predominant sauce. That a lot of
it
people
is.
use olive oil or butter. Or
Well,
garlic.
remember you're in different regions in Italy. Every region is
Okay.
different. In Rome, there are basically 4 sauces. There's a carbonara,
That's
then
good.
three or 4 other ones, but tomato sauce is your basic sauce.
Okay, good.
There.
That's good to know.
Nonetheless, I ordered it because I just wanted to see what does their basic sauce taste like, which is good tomatoes. It's all about the tomatoes.
Yep.
Olive oil, a little bit of garlic, a very little bit of garlic, and salt and pepper. And that's it. And olive oil. That's it.
Really?
No crazy stuff. Anyway, the waiter is like, speaks fluent Italian, but is from America, and he's been in Rome for 20 years.
Wow.
Anyway, he's kind of snickering as I ordered it. He said, this is what I would make at home. No one would order this at a restaurant. And I'm like, well, I'd like to try. I just want to know what it tastes like. That's all. So he gave me that, but then he came up with his own dish for me. Nonetheless, the pizza was so good. But again, it's different in Rome than it might be in Napoli or in other parts of Italy. We were in Rome. So the food was really, really good. But here's what I would say. All tourists seem to be Americans. The Americans are traveling. And
they're invading.
And the other invading. But the people of Rome, Italy, were the most friendly people you'll ever meet. They obviously, you're in there, you're spending money. And, years ago, Rome, during this time of year, would just shut down. But now tourism is so big, everything remains open and busy. But it amazed me at the friendliness of the people of Rome, Italy. It was pretty awesome.
That's a good... I'm glad. It's a good report there.
I'm imagining if I came in and said, no money, I have no money. They might not have been as friendly, but the reality is they were very, very friendly. It was awesome.
Dead the broca.
We'll break and come back. Dr. Mark Montgomery coming up at WIBX.
For eligible individuals, 18 and older only. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With Jabra Enhanced Select's premium package, better hearing doesn't happen in a doctor's office. It happens at home, all done remotely from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. You get the same advanced hearing aid technology and professional support you expect from a clinic at a fraction of the cost. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge.
Oh, you people are wonderful.
Our premium package includes hearing aids, 3 years of follow-up care, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage, and a 100-day money-back guarantee.
I hear better than I ever thought possible.
Save $300 on Enhanced Select 500 hearing aids automatically at checkout. Just go to JabraEnhance.com/radio. That's JABRA Enhance.com/radio. JabraEnhance.com/radio.
Mattress Express's brand name low price guarantee is what you need. When you buy a mattress at Mattress Express, if you see it advertised locally within 30 days for less, bring it to our attention and we simply refund the difference. That is peace of mind at Mattress Express.
You know, out of all the things we can do to maintain and protect our homes, you know what? Getting up on a ladder, cleaning out the gutters, that's the last thing anyone wants to do. I know, I've done it. And right now you can save up to 30% off your entire purchase when you go to leaffilter.com/Hannity. An investment in Leaf Filter is an investment engineered to protect your entire home. Now, the beauty of Leaf Filter is they take care of everything start to finish. Every installation comes with a free inspection, free estimate, and a lifetime guarantee. Now, a Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will clean out, realign, seal your gutters before installing Leaf Filter. Protect your home and never clean out gutters ever again with Leaf Filter. They're America's #1 gutter protection system. And schedule your free inspection. Get up to 30% off your entire purchase when you go to leaffilter.com/Hannity. That's a free inspection up to 30% off. LEAFfilter.com/Hannity. And do it today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount, 1 discount per household.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top quality tires at unbeatable prices. Now through September 2nd, get up to $130 back on a Firestone Visa prepaid card when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Or buy 4 eligible Bridgestone tires and get up to $140 back on a Bridgestone Visa prepaid card. Experience the thrill of savings on every mile. To learn more and to schedule an appointment, visit Tallman'sTire.com.
Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting the work done. You know this business can be back-breaking. All the more reason to partner with someone who has your back, like Clinton Tractor and Ferris Commercial Mowers. Ferris is about helping you finish strong and feel good doing it, with patented suspension technology that allows you to mow faster and get more work done in comfort so you can feel good tomorrow. Visit Clinton Tractor today or at clintontractor.net. Ferris, work hard, feel good.
Okay, if you're sure. Let me talk about Steepani Mazda and the beautiful CX-90. I should probably start this all over again. Here's a question for you, Andrew. Can you get a certified pre-owned vehicle at a best value at Steepani Mazda? And the answer is absolutely. They only select the best late model Mazdas for their Mazda certified pre-owned vehicles. And they offer a 160-point inspection and the balance of the 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And if you need a lower price or payment, Ricky Z always says, come on in, let's make your deal on a Mazda certified pre-owned vehicle from the dealership that's achieved first place nationally in customer satisfaction. This is no coincidence. It's the way they treat people. It's always easy to do business. Deep Ponte Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
We'll get to some comments coming up in a second. Try not to be clearing my throat all day long. Daylight Donuts, the official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program. Matcha green tea latte. Check it out. The summer is ending, but the latte flavors continue. There are like over 15 flavors that are so good. And a little preview for the fall. Pumpkin spice lattes already out. Coffee, espresso, lattes, iced coffee, breakfast sandwiches, bagels, and more. It's Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Andrew, some comments.
Yeah, two things quickly. Please stop with the pumpkin spice nonsense. I just don't want to think about that yet.
I know. Sorry. Well, pumpkin spice Daylight is available all year long.
Yeah, pumpkin spice may be nice for most, but I just personally don't like it.
Saying all year long.
I did get a comment from Christine in Whitesboro. She was critical of me clearing my throat as well. So apparently she does not like that.
Why, is she already saying I'm clearing my throat?
No, just based on you saying that. You said you'll try not to.
Well,
it really annoys her, apparently.
I know. She is a throat clearing. I guess I can't use that word.
Yeah, remember, you're on the radio.
Like soup Nazi. She's this throat clearing Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RF in Little Falls. Olympics' biggest disappointment was the absence of the cone heads. I didn't know that they had that, I guess. Lance and Lee, welcome back, William. I don't have any opinion on this green alley. I do find it odd that the city was so quick to put up new signs when a lot of stop, street, and other signage in the city is in horrible shape. I guess their priorities are misplaced, in my opinion.
Okay.
That's all I've got right now.
There are many different ways you can comment. You can go to the YouTube channel, just search Keeler.
Oh, right in the stream, yeah.
Keeler live stream, and you can make a comment there or whatever you want. You can download the app. Having the app is amazing because you get, and boy, have we seen how important breaking news is over the course of this summer, just with the crazy weather.
The weather stories have been the predominant stories of the summer.
You know, the weather outside can be frightful.
Mm-hmm.
And having the app, it'll keep you informed. You can also listen easily just with one click of a button.
And call in as well.
Just search for WIBX 950. And it's free in the App Store and Google Play. Do I have that right?
You do, indeed.
I believe
you know your stuff.
I do. I have some other stuff here this morning that I will get to if you're okay with it.
Yes.
Today is National... I have a few of these today. Are you ready? Today is that vinyl day. Are you familiar? Vinyl day?
People love that vinyl. It's got a resurgence.
So it's a day where record companies, acts, bands, groups, artists around the world put out a special vinyl copy today, and it's released on this day, National Vinyl Day. Angelo's.
I feel like we should have had Angelo or...
Angelo's an expert on this.
Or
it's been observed annually since 2002. So drop the needle on your favorite album and celebrate with some tasty crackles, pops, and clicks. Okay. Whatever. But the big thing is you can go in and buy a special vinyl version, and they're done in small numbers, so chances are they will be worth something down the road. Pretty cool.
Just ask Mighty John.
Today is also National Milkman Day. Does Vernon Dairy still do home service? I don't think they do.
I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know where
Davey, does Vernon Dairy do home service still?
I know I seen their trucks out at businesses. I don't know if they do home delivery.
Oh, they used to. And they used to do it with the old glass bottles.
Yeah, well, Burn Dairy still offers them.
Burn Dairy does, but not delivered.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, that is all happening today. National Water. There's a ton more of these. They're ridiculous, but it is what it is. So, National Monday, as a matter of fact. Today is officially
National Monday Day.
Here is Dr. Mark Montgomery. Mark, good morning. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good. Good to hear from you, and hope all is well.
I'm glad to hear it's Vinyl Day. That's a little throwback for you and I, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it's funny because I was going through records just the other day and seeing the store names on the records is pretty cool. Like Record Giant, Last Unicorn.
Yeah.
Mr. C's Music was a big one for us.
Oh my God.
Yeah, those were great days. Especially you did DJ work out at weddings and that sort of thing. Remember when you had to carry crates and crates of vinyl?
Used to be the old milk crates.
Yes. Yep. That's exactly right. So. All right, so am I correct in saying you're coming up on the final Joseph's Experience Ride for Joe?
Yeah, this upcoming Saturday, and it's one of those things that it's a highly emotional thing for us because we have been able to make a difference in the local community, and not only that, through the ride, we've been able to create something that most people can do. And what I mean by that is it's a friendly ride based on some of those that Dave Only has produced in the past that were designed to kill us. We've been able to create a ride that most of the community can join, especially people who want to get out and do a friendly ride in honor of somebody. And we want to honor especially kids who will never have the opportunity to ride and to be able to be thankful for what we have versus what we think we should have. So the final ride is Saturday morning in conjunction with the United County Sheriff's Office and also the Office of the County Executive. And, of course, a lot of our community leaders who have been on board, not just with the organization, but to be able to participate in this ride this Saturday morning.
Can you talk about the history and what actually what started Joseph's Experience?
Well, a couple different things. My niece is a survivor of a form of leukemia. We almost lost her at 10 years old, and thank God she's done well. As a matter of fact, she was at the Olympics as she works for the IOC.
Wow, that's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you go back and look at she was a Make-A-Wish baby in the 2000 Olympics. She was there, and when Marion Jones set the 800-meter world record, she took off her shoes and gave them to my niece, and I have held those shoes.
Wow.
The second part of this is a lot of people don't know, but about 27 years ago, I had what was called a blood-borne illness or a form of leukemia at that time, sarcoidosis, and I got so sick I planned my funeral. And I told the man upstairs, if you get me through this, I'll dedicate my life to positive social change. So unfortunately, the third time was not the charm. My brother Joe was diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer and was given 9 months to live. And you can always tell, Bill, by what somebody means in your life by what you do in their honor.
Yeah.
And so we also recognize that at that time, there was nothing in central New York for children impacted by cancer and leukemia. So, people like Dave and Dana Olney and, of course, the county exec and the sheriff and a few others said, we're going to make a change. And I also want to thank you because you have been there. People don't understand the impact of getting on the air and being supported by your shows for standing up for people who need us the most. So I also want to thank you. It takes the community. It's nothing to do with Mark.
Well, listen, it's always important, I think, to go back and remind people what the inspiration of an organization is, because it's easy to have it just become a title.
Yeah.
And to put a person behind that is important.
One of the things that it teaches us, and it teaches me, it drives me personally and professionally, Bill, is you recognize how important life is, not the stuff that is dividing this country. Cancer could care less who you are affiliated with, doesn't care what you make, doesn't care what color you are or what demographic. It takes from everybody. And I don't understand, and I'll probably never understand why people wait until the man upstairs says, here, let me give you something important to think about before we take that into consideration.
Yeah,
we can do better.
Yeah,
that's an excellent point. Dr. Montgomery, it was a little surprising to me to hear that this would be the final ride, especially given your passion for it. Can you explain why you've made this decision? And I'm sure it was not an easy one.
Well, it wasn't as hard as you thought. Between work and my consulting and other things, my professional life has really taken an upswing. Postdoctoral work, finishing my second book, some other publications that I want to do. This is not the end of serving the community. This is just taking it a different form. And I'm going to be continuing my fight for raising awareness, serving families just in a different way. And running an organization, I don't know if you've ever tried to run a non-for-profit, but to really do it right is incredibly occupying. And I'm not 25 years old anymore, and to have a professional life, running a charity, and also 6 grandchildren and a wife, some things have to be turned down. So these days come. You can't do everything, and all we do is we make modifications to continue to do the work and just in a different form.
That is true, and you do a lot of stuff, a lot of work, and with racial issues in the area. And I know that you were recently, I don't know how much you can talk about it, but you were recently working with New Hartford.
Yeah, I'm all over the place, and I've been very, very blessed, Bill. My father, I stay humble. My father always said, there's a very short window where the world is interested in what you have to say, so stay humble.
Yeah.
I do workshops relative to DEIB, diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging for law enforcement around the state, colleges, businesses. People just want to ask you, how can we approach this differently? And the methodology that I've been able to give people has been resonating for many years, and I'm thankful that people understand and respect my lens, that we can do better, that we can pause, find common ground, and move forward together versus in a decisive fashion. It's really not that complicated, Bill. We make our division complicated. And at the end of the day, your phone goes off and my phone goes off. There's an active shooter or the nation's under attack. We don't look to see who looks like us. We don't look to see who is in a political party like us. We protect each other. Why does it take that before we take those steps?
Yeah, you really have to wonder, right? You really have to wonder. All right, how can people get involved in the final Joseph's Experience Ride for Joe?
Sure. Go to our website, josephs-experience.com. You can also, if you want, certainly meet us at the United County Sheriff's Office on Saturday morning. People can show up that day. I don't know if I'm more excited to hear to do the ride or to hear Dave Olney sing the national anthem again.
Yeah, he does a great job.
He's an amazing guy, and I'm laughing because he brings me that much joy. But certainly, josephs-experience.com. Contact information is there. We're easy to get a hold of. Come out. This is not a fundraiser. It's a free for participation. That's important for people to know. It's an opportunity to do two things: raise awareness, ride for somebody who you'd like to honor, and most importantly, to honor kids who will never have a chance to ride a bike.
Pretty awesome. Great work, Mark, that you have done and you are continuing to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your partnership all these years, and we'll be talking again, I'm sure.
All right, thank you.
All right, Doc.
Take care.
Dr. Mark Montgomery, and we'll break. Coming up, Micah's free money question of the day. We'll give you a chance to win. Davey says $100 on the line here today. We'll do that, and
only 100.
I do want to. Are you sure it's only 100? Okay, that's what he's saying. We're starting at 100 this week. Is that what you're saying?
It's going to continually grow.
Oh,
you guys are trying to get me to go a little bit higher. I'm going $100 for today. Okay.
All right.
100.
All right. Okay, boss
Somebody
man.
had an expensive week in Lake George.
Hold tight. We'll come back and get into that. And actually, why don't we take the caller right now? You want to do that? We'll break and come back. And then I have an update on a couple of things. Number one, I don't know if you saw, but a legend of baseball has passed away. And there's a unique tie-in here to our area and specifically to me. I will explain that coming up. A legend, and I'm sure you saw this, Davey, right?
It's not who I think it is.
It probably is. Don't say it yet.
Okay.
This is the big tease, but we'll get to it coming up. And it's I feel like it's a great, very important thing to remember. Okay, we'll talk about it. All right, caller number what for your chance to win $100? A C note.
Caller 6.
6 caller through the lines right now. Your chance to win from the Hobica Law Firm and WIBX. Caller number 6 right now at 315-736-0186 at WIBX.
Companies come from all over the country to sell mattresses at the State Fair. They collect money and then leave our local economy penniless. Don't fall for it. They're going to tell you it's a show-only deal. Don't fall for it. Look at the mattresses, get a written quote, bring it to Mattress Express. Chances are we have the same brand. We've got most of them. Bring it in and we will meet or beat the price. You're not going to wait 4 to 8 weeks for delivery like you do in many cases at the State Fair. You're going to get local service down the road. 6 months from now when there's a problem or a question, it's not some company who's gone across the country that you don't know how to contact. We're right here. You're going to get the same or a better price, and best yet, we're going to give qualified buyers up to 60 months to pay with no money down on any quote that you bring in $1,500 or higher. Don't buy a mattress at the State Fair. Bring your quote to Mattress Express.
Are you ready to beat the heat and get fit? Hi, this is Lisa from Fit Body Boot Camp in Whitesboro and in Clinton. At Fit Body Boot Camp, the environment is cool and the workouts are hot. My team of Rockstar certified coaches promise that you'll leave feeling sweaty. Nope, not because of the heat, but because of our invigorating workouts designed to provide you with unbelievable energy and strength. But how do you get started? Well, I'll make it real easy for you. All you need to do is call us at 315-725-3789 or find us on Facebook and sign up for 3 free sessions.
The Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro is buying silver, gold-filled, vintage costume, estate jewelry, and U.S. and Canadian coins. They've been your hometown buyer for the past 52 years. While other gold and silver buyers claim to offer the highest prices, the Potting Shed Antiques actually delivers. Let Don Hartman take a look at your individual pieces or your entire collection. The Potting Shed Antiques, open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Please call ahead for an appointment. Visit thepottingshedantique.com.
Looking for a quality local roofer? Forte Roofing has you covered. They are fully insured and their work is guaranteed. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor with over 20 years experience, Forte Roofing is the one to call for all your roofing needs. Forte Roofing offers a quick turnaround and we're now offering 0% financing. After all, roofing is our forte. Call now for a free quote. 315-317-6170. That's 315-317-6170. Or visit ForteRoofingNY.com.
Feeling congested? At Navage, we know life is better when you can breathe freely. Congestion shouldn't ruin your summer. That's why people just like you turn to Navage, a revolutionary and easy way to help clear nasal passages. Using gentle suction, Navage removes allergens, dust, and mucus in just 30 seconds. It's fast, gentle, and incredibly effective. Try Navage and get on your way to a better day. Get Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, Sam's Club, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or online at Navage.com. Navage. Breathe better, fast.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
10. Nice work. Thanks. Taking Nugenix Total T makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas, right?
Yes.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yes. Nugenix is a great way to feel stronger with more energy and endurance. And as Frank says, you'll like it too.
Text RADIO to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix. Text RADIO to 321-321. That's radio to 321-321.
The 2024 Summer Meet at Saratoga Racecourse is underway, featuring the nation's top horses, jockeys, and trainers. Thoroughbred Racing's premier meet continues Wednesdays to Sundays, every week through Labor Day. Whether you want to class it up for brunch, handicap the races, or feel the thrill of the finish line, our many ticket packages have something for everyone. Join the party and experience a slice of history by visiting nyra.com/tickets for all individual and group packages.
This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Okay. I don't know why that song does that to both of us. It's terrible.
There's a lot of bumpers like that do that to us.
Okay, let's give somebody a chance to win Hobica's free money question of the day. It's Joseph and Andrew Hobica at 315-724-1600 for all of your legal needs. If you're having an issue, call the Hobica Law Firm. They're also really good when it comes to workman's comp cases and handle real estate as well, or whatever your legal needs may be. Mike and Skyler on the line right now. Michael, Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right,
Seems like I just talked to you.
I feel like we just spoke. We're going to give you a chance to win Hobica's free money question of the day. You'll have 7 seconds to answer, and it's worth $100. Are you ready?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, here's your question. Andrew, you ready?
I'm always ready.
I got to pot this up. Okay, here we go. Here it is. She was Donald Sterling's personal assistant. Who was she? Ready, go.
Oh, my God. Kate Waldman with...
I saw you were the caller, and I was thinking, oh, my God, this is perfect, because I just told him to watch the series on Donald Sterling.
You almost projected. Gave him a hint.
I can't to see you yet. You only just told me.
I thought you would have looked it up, like, to see what was V. Stiviano. You remember that she is the one who blew the whistle on the racist stuff with Donald Sterling. And it was shortly after that, the commissioner of the NBA banned him from the NBA, from the arena, from the LA Clippers. And it's all plays out very, very well in this series on Hulu. Or you can watch the real thing. Just search for it on YouTube. Anyway, V. Stiviano, if you recall, when she was getting all the publicity, she was coming out in public dressed to the nines, but wearing a welder's mask.
Yes.
If that's what they call it. Do they call it a mask?
Yeah, it was some sort of weird something or another.
Yeah, it was like this shield that went down so no one could see her face. V. Stiviano. Yeah.
V.
I know. I plan on watching. I just didn't have time yet because
you watch it. You watch it and tell us. Let us know what you think.
You should have watched at least one episode in between.
I gotta watch it now.
Yeah.
Yes,
all right. We're gonna give you the food and fun card from Good at the Comets games, which, by the way, just around the corner. Also, Cookies, Q and Creamery, Babes. Of course, they do a wonderful brunch every Saturday and Sunday. And any of the other restaurants that are included, including Aquavino, Taylor and the Cook, all of that. It's a $25 gift card. Stand by. Davey is going to hook you up, okay?
Thank you. Sounds awesome.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I mentioned there was a baseball story that I wanted to bring up.
Yes.
So, in getting into this, and Mark Montgomery, a cancer survivor, talking about cancer and his and losing his brother to cancer. It was just announced, and this hit me kind of hard considering, and I'll explain. Billy Beane, who is, although they're saying he died at 60, I believe he's 62. I think the New York Times has this wrong. Anyway, Billy Beane, baseball. If you remember Moneyball, the movie Moneyball.
Yeah, he's 62.
Yeah, remember the movie Moneyball?
I do. Yeah,
that was about Billy Beane.
With Brad Pitt.
Billy Beane was he's really the father. Some will hate this. The father of baseball analytics.
Yes.
He's the guy that figured it all out.
He had 1 year of success based on the analytics.
It changed baseball. It really has changed.
We're paying
baseball.
for it in the Bronx.
He also worked, and he worked for, right up until his death, he worked for Major League Baseball. I did not realize this, but Billy Beane came out as gay. And
I did not know that
I
either.
didn't know it. Anyway, he was the for Major League Baseball. He was their ambassador for inclusion, and he played without anyone knowing that he was gay all of those years. Played for the Oakland A's, then for others. But he started his career with the New York Mets. Back in the 80s, he began his professional baseball career in Little Falls.
Well, he worked for the Oakland A's too. He was their general manager for some of their.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. I'm trying to do the local tie-in.
Okay, sorry.
All right. He played as a minor league baseball player for the Little Falls Mets back in, I believe, 1980, 81, 82, somewhere in there. And then got moved up to the big club in 84, I believe. 85, maybe back in 86, whatever, and ended up getting traded away. Nonetheless, Billy Beane has passed away. Now, the thing that I got to find exactly what he died of. Hold on. This story isn't showing it. But he died of acute myeloid leukemia. I have chronic myeloid leukemia. So the difference between the two, and I'm still learning about this, is my doctor said recently, most people, she said, even here at Roswell, she said, and we're a cancer facility, most people don't completely understand leukemia because there are so many different kinds of leukemia.
So he had the bad kind with that.
Acute is, so there are three kinds, but acute is one of the fast moving. So it's a completely different treatment. So you will then, with acute, you'll then have to take, I believe the way they treat it is you would go into the hospital, and for your initial treatment, 1 full week, you are put an IV in and you are given a slow drip of chemotherapy for 1 full week. You're then in the hospital for the next 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So, and then if that doesn't work, they go to the next step, and there may be a bone marrow transplant because it's a very fast-moving leukemia, whereas chronic myeloid leukemia is much slower moving, and they treat it differently. And with the medicine, if you can take the medicine, and I have a story on mine, which I'll give you an update on, if you can handle the medicine, you should live a normal life, just like someone who doesn't have cancer.
Yeah, that's good.
But this acute myeloid leukemia is much more dangerous, and chronic could develop if going untreated. It can develop into acute. But that's what Billy Beane died of.
Yeah.
So it certainly caught my attention. Now, as for mine, chronic, I've been on the medicine since the 4th of July. Takes a little while to get used to it. It does have side effects, but nothing like the chemo that you receive intravenously.
Yeah, right.
This is a targeted medicine, a targeted chemo that goes after the white blood cells that are overproducing. And so I started out, I spoke with a guy over the weekend who has what I have. And when he was having symptoms, I wasn't having any symptoms. To give you an idea,
prior to diagnosis.
When he was diagnosed, his white blood count was 160,000. Now you should be between 4 and I believe 11. 4 and 11.
Yeah.
He was 160,000.
Wow.
Today he is within the proper range.
The 4 to 11. Wow, that's awesome.
And he's been taking the medicine since October of last year. So he's doing very, very well.
That's awesome.
My situation, think of his, 160,000. I just caught it by chance with a random blood test. So you go back to Billy Beane, he's the analytics guy. Think of the analytics, and that's what Tim Reed and I are always talking about. This is all about analytics when you think about it.
Sure.
It is getting tested on a regular basis. You decrease the chances that something is going to develop and go
or have
to a later stage and progress. So In mine, it was just a regular physical, annual physical, and blood work. Okay, this guy's that I spoke to over the weekend, 160,000 was his number. My number, 26. I mean, look how early we caught it.
Yeah.
But
so
it was...
this guy you're talking about must have probably waited a year or two, maybe?
No, just it's when they caught it.
Wow.
So it's time. A lot of it's about timing. So when I did my blood work, it just so happened, and my doctor, Dr. Garg, was like, I just have to tell you that this is an abnormal number. It's not terrible, but it worries me because it could be leukemia, and turns out it's exactly what it was. So anyway, the chronic myeloid leukemia is treatable with this miraculous medicine that was invented back in 2000. Anyway, just to give you an update, I had my checkup on Wednesday when we got back from our trip, and my number had gone from 26 to, I believe it was 16 to 13 to 6, which is in normal range.
That is awesome.
And now I'm actually at when I had the blood work done at Wynn on Friday, the number was 3, which is actually lower than what it should be. But it is, so the medicine is working.
That is awesome.
Which is the first.
And this is a trial medication, so
Yeah.
it's
So it's
a good sign.
As you know, family says it's a miracle. It is the drug is the miracle.
Well,
It's
and a lot of people
it's
have
unbelievable.
A lot of people have reached out, especially while you're on vacation, and wishing you the best. And how's Bill? And I'm happy to report now to confirm my initial
It's all going
thoughts.
well.
Everything's going well.
It's working. So
Thank
it's a
goodness.
lifestyle change. It's a whole change, believe me. But it is the alternative is terrible.
Yeah.
The other thing is there are so many other types of cancer that go through so much worse. Lung cancer is one of the worst cancers you can, and so many people have it. Just, and then you look at a guy like Billy Bean, who has all the money in the world, all the influence in the world.
Yeah.
He finds out it ends up being too late. Within 11 months, he's passed away. Pretty sad. I'll break. And, real men get tested. That's what Tim Reed always says. It is the truth. But it's men and women. Make sure the key is getting that physical done, getting that blood work done. If you've got a doctor who says, yeah, I don't think it's that, we don't need to check that. Find another doctor.
Second opinions are
There's nothing wrong with checking everything and knowing. The important thing is to know, to catch it early when you can cure it. Or at the very least, in my case, it's not a curable disease, but it's one that you can put as close to possible remission as and to the point where you can live a normal life. So get tested. Real men get tested for cancer. Got a break. We'll come right back at WIBX.
Adirondack Home Furniture is the area's go-to store for top-quality, durable, American-made pieces for any room. And all month long, Adirondack Home Furniture is having a summer sale event on select floor pieces. Stop in and check out their hot summer buys all month long through Labor Day weekend. Are you looking for a better night's sleep? Then check out their selection of Restonic mattresses or their private label flippable mattress line. Once you select the perfect piece for your space, they can deliver it locally free of charge, or you can pick it up from their showroom. So stop into Adirondack Home Furniture today for their summer sales event and save big on select floor pieces and take what you love home today. And save even more in their clearance room with many new markdowns and price to sell items. Adirondack Home Furniture in Riverside Center, Utica. Give them a call at 315-738-7817 or visit AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
Hi, I'm Cesar Milan. People are always commenting on how healthy my dogs are. One of the reasons is the food my dogs eat.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is a premium freeze-dried raw dog food designed to support your dog's health, happiness, and lifespan. Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of cod Krispies. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511.
Your order is back with a 90-day guarantee.
All dogs are unique. Your dog results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. apply.
Are you ready to beat the heat and get fit? Hi, this is Lisa from Fit Body Boot Camp in Whitesboro and in Clinton. At Fit Body Boot Camp, the environment is cool and the workouts are hot. My team of Rockstar certified coaches promise that you'll leave feeling sweaty. Nope, not because of the heat, but because of our invigorating workouts designed to provide you with unbelievable energy and strength. But how do you get started? Well, I'll make it real easy for you. All you need to do is call us at 315-725-3789 or find us on Facebook and sign up for 3 free sessions.
Some things in life you can just rely on, like the faithful friend who always comes when you call, the paperboy who never misses a day, and the tried and true performance of a new Ruud home AC system. So here's to reliability built into everything we do. Rely on us, your Ruud Pro partner, to get reliable cooling and comfort. For outstanding service, knowledgeable technicians, and dependable home comfort, contact Tri-County Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling home needs. Call 315-829-4100 or online at tri-countyheating.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or alternative minimum tax. Did you know that municipal bonds are a way for investors to support civil projects while earning federally tax-free income? The Erie Canal, which led to the expansion of the United States into the Midwest in the 1800s, was financed with municipal bonds. Are you looking to bridge the gap between the income of your working years and the income needed in retirement? Municipal bonds might provide the solution you're looking for. Henyon & Walsh is a leading specialist in tax-free municipal bonds and has provided investors with quality service and personal attention since 1990. Call now to receive their informative bond guide absolutely free. Dial 1-800-761-9761 to learn how to earn retirement income while keeping your taxes at bay. Just dial 1-800-761-9761 for a copy of their informative bond guide for free. No cost, no obligation. 1-800-761-9761. Henyon & Walsh Inc., member of FINRA and SIPC.
Hey, big news when it comes to saving money on energy. And here we are, end of the summer. It's been a hot one. Chances are you're running a lot of air conditioning. And before you know it, who knows what kind of winter we're going to have. There have been a lot of changes in NYSERDA's Empower Plus program. And it's not clear how long these incentives will stay, as great as they are. But right now, hear me out. They're incredible. If you reach out to Fred F. Collis and Sons, they will take care of you on this. They know the program. They can walk you through it. But this program is at its best right now, and you can take advantage of it. Are you eligible? Call Collis. They'll walk you right through it. Many customers end up being able to receive free heat pumps, free insulation. Eligibility is based primarily on income. The biggest and most exciting program change this year is that even moderate income households can be eligible for free energy efficiency improvements up to $5,000. Finally, one new opportunity is particularly relevant. Sorry. I'll get through it, Andrew. Relevant.
I knew what you meant. I knew what you were saying.
Particularly relevant to our community right now, given the electrical issues that many Rome residents are having with the tornado. The Home Electrification Appliance Rebate, HEAR, H-E-A-R, it's funding through the Inflation Reduction Act. Right now, income-eligible New Yorkers can receive an electrical service upgrade, which would be the panel box, and an electrical wiring upgrade, and it could cost you nothing. The people at Collis have all the details for you. You can check it out. FredFCollis.com is the website. I know Collis very well. We do all of our work with them. They are a trustworthy company. You know you're getting the best job. And in the middle of the winter, at the coldest day in the winter, even on a holiday, they have you covered. We experienced that on New Year's Day. Collis was there for us. Call them today at 315-860-1301. FredFCollis.com is the website.
Yeah, it's always a good sign when I'm showing a home and you've seen their stickers on furnaces and water heaters and boilers that
it's done
if Collis has looked at it or installed it, that it's in good shape.
All right, coming up next hour, lots to get to. We'll talk about the latest in Harris versus Trump. Expect another big week, and it looks like there's going to be a debate next month after all. We'll get to that, and a Manure conference. Holy blank. We'll talk about that coming up as well next hour here on a Monday morning at W.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
It's a closer race. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Vice President Harris leads in some national and battleground state polls. And Fox's Mark Meredith reports from the White House Democrats believe she has momentum a week before the convention.
After Vice President Harris wrapped up a multi-state battleground blitz, and later this week she's going to be doing a joint appearance with President Biden. That's going to be happening in Maryland on Thursday. Over the weekend, Harris attended a fundraiser out west in San Francisco, reportedly raking in more than $12 million.
But Republicans are critical the vice president has not done any interviews since taking over as the Democratic candidate. Trump campaign spokesperson Caroline Leavitt just told Fox
it's beyond time that she does and answers for why she's flip-flopping on every single policy position she has ever held.
President Biden dropped out of the race 3 weeks ago amid concerns about his mental fitness. He tells CBS Sunday Morning he feared being a distraction as congressional Democrats worried his campaign would hurt their elections.
And I was concerned if I stayed in the race, that would be the topic.
Former President Trump's filing a claim with the U.S. government for $100 million. That could set the stage for a lawsuit over the FBI raid of his Florida resort and the classified documents investigation.
The former president is alleging his privacy was invaded and that he was maliciously prosecuted. A federal judge dismissed the classified documents case, ruling Special Prosecutor Jack Smith had been unconstitutionally appointed.
Fox's Evan Brown. The U.S. is sending a guided missile submarine to the Middle East, along with more troops and military assets to defend Israel in case Iran attacks like it vowed it would after the killing of Hamas's political leader in Iran.
Regional sources are concerned that an attack from Iran and its proxies could come in less than 24 hours. Overnight, Israel's defense minister Yoav Gallant spoke over the phone with his counterpart, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, for the 7th time in recent days.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst in Haifa, Israel. America's listening to Fox News.
In these crazy times, there's peace of mind in security. Security for our country, for our leaders, security for our families. You are not financially secure if all your eggs are in one basket. Gold and silver are an excellent way to diversify your savings. They're a hedge against inflation. They're a physical asset that is in high demand globally from the wealthy to central banks. Investing some portion of your savings in gold is a smart way to help protect the value of what you've saved. And through our friends at Birch Gold Group, you can own physical gold and silver in a tax-sheltered retirement account. That's right. You can diversify an old IRA or 401k for no money out of pocket into an IRA in gold and silver. With an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and thousands of happy customers, you can trust Birch Gold like I do.
To learn more, text the word PROTECT to 989898 and get a free, no-obligation info kit on gold. Again, text PROTECT to the number 989898 to protect your hard-earned savings today.
Nearly a month after the Trump assassination attempt at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, Secret Service security lapses are still being investigated. And now it's also under scrutiny over something else in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. How it answered a call of nature.
The Secret Service has apologized to the owner of a beauty salon for agents that broke in to use the bathroom while working on Kamala Harris' fundraising event last month. An agent taped up a surveillance camera outside while someone else picked the lock. The salon owner says they didn't tidy up and left the front door unlocked. She adds that the Secret Service has since apologized and offered to pay for cleaning and any damage that occurred. Roger Stern, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stocks could rise. Futures are up modestly after last week's big swings. The Dow and the NASDAQ rebounded from Monday's massive sell-off to finish the week with just small losses. We'll get updates on inflation this week, both wholesale and consumer prices. We've been paying a little less at the pump.
Gasoline prices are still falling. We have a 6-cent drop in the past 2 weeks to $3.53 for regular.
Analyst Tribbley Lundberg surveys gas stations, and so does AAA. Its national average for regular is less than hers, $3.44 per gallon. The Olympics are over, and the U.S. came out on top with 126 medals in Paris, 35 more than second place China, though the two tied, winning gold. Each took home 40 on the NASCAR racetrack.
He does get to him. The 11 on the inside. He gets into the wall. Dillon's going to win it at the line.
Courtesy USA, Austin Dillon wins in overtime when both Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin crashed in front of him on the final lap. He was 32nd in the standings entering the weekend, but clinches his spot in the playoff with the win in overtime.
That's Fox's Tim McMaster, and I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Right now, we have partly cloudy skies, 60 degrees. Your full weather forecast is coming up. The results of Hurricane Debbie are still being investigated as Tropical Depression Debbie is currently affecting several communities still across the Mohawk Valley. Governor Kathy Hochul declared a state of emergency statewide in response to the storm. In Oneida and Herkimer counties, there were several reports of fallen trees and power lines, along with localized flooding and power outages. Over 10,000 National Grid customers in Oneida County and 4,100 people in Herkimer County were without power. There was a serious accident where multiple people had to be cut out of their vehicles after an accident on Route 5 in Schuyler Sunday afternoon. The accident happened just before 5 p.m. at the intersection of Route 5 and Dyke Road. Multiple ambulances and fire departments were called to the scene of the accident. State police are still investigating. Route 5 was closed between Newport Road and Windfall Road for several hours. We'll continue to provide updates as they become available. Syracuse University is offering fans the chance to save some money on the football team's first home game of the season. Discounted tickets are being made available for the August 31st contest against Ohio as part of Operation Pack the Dome. The goal is to fill the JMA Wireless Dome as much as possible for the debut of new head coach Fran Brown. The seats can be purchased online, but as you might expect, they are selling quickly. Central New York motorists are still feeling less pain at the pump when it comes time to fill up their vehicle. According to AAA, the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel is sitting at $3.52 a gallon. That's down 2 cents in the past week and is also 8 cents less than this time 1 month ago. Right now, the state average is $3.56 per gallon. Nationally, it's $3.44. And Robert Downey Jr. turned down a chance to reprise his role as Iron Man for a cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine. That's according to an IndieWire interview with two of the film's co-writers, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick. Reese said Ryan Reynolds read the scene with Downey Jr., which he eventually passed on, and the writer added it was the only no they got. The writer said they had no idea that Downey Jr. would actually be returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Doctor Doom. Meanwhile, Reese and Wernick said they had another idea to bring back the original 6 Avengers, including Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye, Chris Hemsworth's Thor, and Chris Evans's Captain America, but it was never written. It is 8:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net. For today, we can expect rain showers, maybe a thunderstorm, cloudy skies turning partly sunny otherwise with a high in the low 70s. We'll see an increase in clouds overnight with a low in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 80. Right now, 60 degrees under cloudy skies at 8:08. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43, local contractors. The United States is coming home after one of the most successful summer games in history. Team USA won 126 medals overall, their highest total since capturing 174 medals in Los Angeles in 1984. American women and women's teams combined for a total of 26 gold medals, which is the most ever in a single Olympics. That includes the U.S. women's basketball team, who took home the gold for the 8th straight Olympics. The U.S. trailed by double digits early in the third quarter before storming back to defeat France 67-66. Asia Wilson led Team USA with 21 points. Meanwhile, Kelsey Plum and Kalia Copper provided much-needed first power off the bench, combining for 24 points. The win extended Team USA's Olympic winning streak to 61 games. In other sports, the Jets edged the Commanders 20-17 in their preseason opener from MetLife. The Giants will get their starting quarterback on the field next weekend in Houston. The team is expected to play Daniel Jones during New York's second preseason game against the Texans this Saturday, the first time he's appearing on the field since tearing his ACL in November. Jones was held out of the preseason opener against the Lions due to rainy and wet conditions. The Yankees held off the Rangers 8-7 to claim their series from the Bronx. Juan Soto slugged a pair of solo shots, while Aaron Judge went deep for his 42nd home run of the season. By Juan Soto hitting that home run, he officially has become, at 25 years old, one of the few players in Major League Baseball history to homer against all 30 Major League Baseball teams in his career. Quite an impressive feat for that young man. And the Mets got swept by the Mariners after suffering a 12-1 blowout loss from Seattle. Jeff McNeil accounted for the entire offense with a solo shot in the 6th inning. The Mets will host the Athletics tomorrow night as they trail the Braves by only a half a game for the last wild card spot. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 8:11.
All right, coming up, the Farmer's Almanac has their prediction for the winter.
Oh, boy.
And you know how accurate they are.
Oh, very.
Anyway, we'll do that coming up in a second. Also, imagine being on an airplane and the pilot announcing, I just want to tell you that we can't land. I'm not qualified to land the plane.
Oh, my God.
I'm not sure how you solve that problem. We'll talk about it coming up here.
Hi, this is Rob Hilton of Hilton Estate and Elder Law with important information for families that have disabled children to protect the child and to ensure your future wishes are met. So if you have a disabled child, you need to provide them with what's called a special needs trust. This trust allows them to receive an inheritance from you, but also allows them to keep any governmental benefits that they are receiving. It is critically important that if they have an inheritance coming, that they not lose their benefits. Unmarried couples should be aware of important steps they need to take with their estate planning. If a partner dies and does not leave a will, the surviving partner will not likely receive any of the assets from the deceased partner. This can create a lot of problems in the future and must be resolved utilizing a will or a trust. To find out more about strategies to protect your loved ones through proper estate planning, contact us at Hilton Estate and Elder Law. Call for more information and to schedule an in-person meeting to answer your questions.
Hilton, you know the name, they know the law. Hilton Estate and Elder Law.
It's common knowledge that after age 30, our metabolism changes. We have less energy and gain weight easier. There's a way to feel better, not in years or months, but sometimes in just days.
I'm Chuck Norris. I tried everything. Working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick. Morning Kick is a revolutionary new formula that combines all my favorite supplements into one daily drink.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and powerful anti-aging supplements. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, and helps manage stress.
I look and feel better than I have in years.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com, use code SUPPORT, or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off. roundhouseprovisions.com, code SUPPORT.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. You could be feeling these changes within just a couple of days.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
This year, Dell Technologies Back to School event is delivering impressive tech with an inspiring purpose. Learn how Dell is helping Computer Aid, whose work is helping solar community hubs with tech and AI literacy skills to empower remote, displaced, or disconnected communities around the world. Help Dell make a difference and shop AI-ready PCs powered by Snapdragon X Series processors at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Looking to make your business stand out? At Seasonal Sports, we design eye-catching custom signs that turn heads and attract customers. From vibrant banners and sleek storefront signs to custom vehicle wraps, laser engraving, embroidery, screen printing, and more, Seasonal Sports has got you covered. Let Fred and Chrissy Marriott bring your vision to life with top-quality materials and cutting-edge design. Seasonal Sports is your one-stop shop for all your graphic needs. Seasonal Sports, 215 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro, and online at seasonalsports1983.com, where your business shines bright.
The Stanley Theater in downtown Utica presents 1964, The Tribute, on Thursday, September 19th. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit thestanley.org.
Get a whole house full of furniture for only $19.99. A living room, a bedroom, and a dining room, plus a free mattress. Only at My Carl's, New Hartford Shopping Center. Get a whole house full of furniture for only $19.99. A living room, a bedroom, and a dining room, plus a free mattress. Only at My Carl's, New Hartford Shopping Center.
Just like that. Let me talk about Herkimer County. And it happens this week. It's the Herkimer County Fair. Gets underway. It starts on Tuesday and runs through Sunday in Frankfort. And you know what? It's so easy to get to the Herkimer County Fair. You just get on Route 5S, and it's a straightaway. Make sure you stay with the speed limit, though, because you can get nailed over there. Herkimer County has you covered. If it's happening in Herkimer County. Explore Herkimer diamond mines. Savor the taste of Herkimer cheese. You can still take a beautiful boat ride along the historic Erie Canal. It leaves from Waterfront Grill and jumps along the Mohawk right there. It's wonderful. And you know, they still have all of the food truck nights, and those are all over the valley that you can take advantage of. And before you know it, we'll be dealing with fall situations, things going on in the fall in Herkimer County. But right now, the big event is the Herkimer County Fair. It starts tomorrow in Frankfort at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds, and it's happening. It's happening starting tomorrow in Herkimer County.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
So, do you pay any attention to the Farmer's Almanac? I don't really, to be honest with you, but, you know, many do. My mom swears by it, says it actually, you know, it comes true almost always. I try not. She believes, she says.
I try not to pay attention.
Andrew pays no attention. The coldest outbreak of the season will come during the final week of January, they say, into the beginning of February, when frigid Arctic air brings a sharp plunge in temperatures almost nationwide, but especially across the northern plains, as this very cold air blows across the Great Lakes. Heavy snow showers and snow squalls will bring intense bursts of snow and lake effect snow east of the lakes.
Oh, boy.
That would be us. Anyway, the new 2025 Farmer's Almanac is out since 1818.
John from Bridgewater messaging in through the app this morning saying, Bill, Farmer's Almanac, you know what they are good for? Starting a cozy fire in the fireplace on those cold days.
It's going to keep you very warm.
It burns for a while. It's pretty thick.
How about this? You're flying on an airplane, and all of a sudden the pilot comes along and says, this is August 8th, Alaska Airlines. The announcement over the plane speaker system, the pilot apologized because the flight had to be diverted to Salt Lake City, Utah, because the pilot didn't have the proper qualifications to land in Jackson Hole.
Oh, my goodness.
Once on the ground safely in Utah, the passengers were forced to wait on the tarmac for about 90 minutes while a new pilot came to finish the journey.
Wow. Well, you know, there are a lot of scary stories from the air recently. You saw that plane in Brazil go down. If
Did
you saw the video,
did you see how that plane was going down?
Scary.
That must have been awful. Because you would, at that point, feel yourself going in circles.
And you must know at that point.
It's all over.
Yeah.
Boy. What does a community do when the only delivery driver in the area decides to retire after 2 decades on the job? That is the dilemma facing the residents on the island of Skye, Scotland, where their one and only delivery driver calling it a career. Those residents now have been informed they're going to have to make a 40-mile round-trip journey to collect their deliveries.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, Amazon, you got a package. Well, you're going to have to drive 40 miles to get it.
There's not a replacement? They haven't thought far in advance, this company,
Apparently not yet.
to find a replacement for this guy?
Not in Scotland.
My gosh. They have to put a little mini Amazon fulfillment center there.
Salon owner, and this story also makes me wonder. A salon owner in Massachusetts has received an apology from the United States Secret Service. See, the Secret Service is under a lot of fire right now. What are they doing this? Did you see this story?
I did not, but this is an organization that's supposed to be low
Elite.
profile, elite, and also not having a lot of attention on it.
So here's the deal. While on protection duty during the Kamala Harris fundraising event, individuals said to be part of the Secret Service detail decided to break into a salon owned by a woman, Alicia Powers, so they could use the bathroom. In fact, they put duct tape over the security cameras, picked her lock, propped the door open, and allowed, through the entire rally, Secret Service agents to go in and out and utilize the facility.
Oh, my gosh. So they basically broke into her salon.
Yes. Without any knowledge, without any advance warning. One agent also covered the security camera outside the store with tape, and agents also reportedly helped themselves to mints and some other things that were inside.
What?
Powers later received a call from the Boston branch of the Secret Service apologizing for the inappropriate behavior. She says she's the type of person who would have been happy to open her place and even provide drinks and food had they only asked. What is going on at the Secret Service?
I can't even believe it.
At this point, I'm not sure if I'm Trump, Harris, Kennedy, whoever's being protected by the Obamas.
Is Kennedy
Clintons.
even being protected? I don't think he is.
I think he is, yeah. He got protection. I believe.
Goodness.
Anyway, it is mind-blowing. Davey?
Could I ask a question about that?
No.
So, did J.D. Vance and Governor Walz have to get Secret Service now that they're running mates of both Trump and Harris? Do they have to get Secret Service too?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay.
Yep. I'm not sure what it means today, though. Right? What does it mean? And now you have the police saying, listen, at that Trump rally, we warned the Secret Service, you gotta protect this building. And look what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Do you want a few comments here?
Yeah.
Lance and Lee.
How about Snoop Dogg, though?
Oh, taking over the Olympics? Yeah.
He's got a show
been
coming
the
up.
ultimate hype man.
He is on fire right now. Yeah. And Flava Flav. Apparently there was one of the players in one of the sports, I don't know what it was, couldn't afford to do housing over there. And Flava Flav,
or while she was there, couldn't pay her rent at home.
Couldn't pay the rent. Oh, it was at home.
Yes. Yeah, because I don't think the Olympians have to pay for the.
He came
Olympic
up with
Village.
Years ago. Let me tell you, they didn't get any money. They had to raise their own money to be able to compete. Today, it's all different. Okay, I didn't know, but Flava Flav, I believe, sold one of his clock necklaces to pay for that. I don't know.
He had to. I didn't know he had that much money.
All right, what do you have?
So for some reason, Ed in Utica sent us the Wikipedia link to Billy Bean. So I don't know if there was some reason behind that. Ed, please elaborate. And then Lance,
Billy Bean,
not to be confused with the other Billy Bean, who was, I believe, was Billy Bean the one from Boston who blew the blew the World Series game or something like that?
No, that's not Billy. That's Billy Buckner.
Billy Buckner, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Wrong Billy.
Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get confused about that. Lance and Lee, another side note, Andrew did a nice job last week. Other than the YouTube feed, his guest hosts did a nice job also.
Nice.
So thank you, Lance.
That's what I had heard. I kept getting messages, no reason to come home. He's doing just fine.
I am sure that's not the case.
Anyway, and do I have anything over here before I go anywhere else? Yeah, good morning. You have the wrong Billy Beane. The Billy Beane who passed away didn't play for the Mets. Billy Beane, who was the GM of Oakland, is still alive. He played for the Mets.
So this is what I'm talking about. This is the Wikipedia page, not to be confused with Oakland Athletics Billy Beane. Yeah, okay, so Billy Beane, B-E-A-N. He was 60 years old. He was an American professional baseball player who played as an outfielder for the Tigers and the Dodgers and the Padres.
Are you kidding me?
Which is why you thought he was 60 in the New York Times article, because...
Right, because the New York Times says he's 60.
Yeah, this is the guy.
The first story I read... Okay.
Different Billy Beane.
The first story I read in Apple News had it as Billy Beane,
B-E-A-N-E,
who is the diversity. Okay, now I'm all confused.
Gosh.
Is Billy Beane, who played for the Mets, who played for the Oakland A's, B-E-A-N-E, was he the diversity officer? Did Billy Beane, B-E-A-N-E, come out as... I am now completely confused on this story.
He is... I'm trying to look into that here. Front office career, active outside of baseball, Moneyball, personal life.
Yeah,
Beane,
Moneyball.
I believe Beane
Billy
is...
Beane,
it says here...
B-E-A-N-E, is Moneyball. That's played for the A's.
Who's still alive.
Started with the Mets, and he is still alive.
And it says he's still married to Tara Beane.
And not gay. This is mind-blowing to me. I am completely... Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say to every one of you criticizing me right now, screw you, you, and you. I had a temperature of 103 on Friday, so
that's
screw
why,
you.
So that's why you probably had the that thought in your head.
I did find that I read the story that I read today had it spelled B-E-A-N. I'm going to find the story on Apple News, and they had it as B-E-A-N-E.
Now, listen.
I think this story got screwed up in the national news.
So, in regards to Beane and his role for Major League Baseball, Beane was appointed MLB's first ambassador for inclusion on July 15th of 2014.
Which Beane?
The one that died.
The dead one.
No E. Beane.
Okay.
In this role, Beane, without the E, counseled David Denson, who became the first minor league player signed to an organization to come out as gay. He later became the league's senior vice president for diversity, equity, and inclusion. So I don't know if he himself came out. Yes, he did.
Beane, B-E-A-N, did come out.
Yes.
But after he left baseball.
Right. And then he helped...
Rob Manfred came out, not as gay, but came out to say this is an amazing person. He's going to be missed tremendously, and I just I had no idea. I completely was confused by this story.
In 1989, Beane, without an E, married Anna Maria Amato, a fellow LMU student. 2 years into that marriage, while playing for the LA Dodgers AAA affiliate in Albuquerque, Beane met a man at a cowboy-themed gay bar, and in January of 1993, while Beane and his wife were visiting her parents in D.C., Beane met his future partner, Sam Madani, an Iranian immigrant, in the gym showers at a Maryland health club. Shortly thereafter...
That's where I meet most of my friends, in the gym shower.
Yeah, so we're all confused.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm so... bothered that I even ran with that this morning. And let me tell you something. It's still terrible. Like, the guy died, and he died of this very same cancer.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not the same guy that we thought he was.
And in the Wikipedia article, which is now making sense for why Ed sent this to us, Wikipedia says for Billy Beane, Benae, Moneyball Bean, not to be confused with another former Major League Baseball player, Billy
Right.
Beane.
And let me tell
E.
you, the original story I read confused it because it mentioned Moneyball.
Oh, so the original story was wrong.
The original story that I read mentioned Moneyball.
And Bill Buckner was
And how you got Billy Buckner in there, I have
the
no
two
idea.
B's, BB. That's what threw me off.
Let's see what the original story says, because I'm sure they've corrected it by now. Okay. 60. Yeah, so when I looked up Billy Beane, I'm like, he's not 60, he's 62. This makes no sense. So, okay. Well, now this was the original story back on August 6th, has been corrected.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if it was, a different name entirely, which it is technically.
Well,
but
you
if
can
it was,
see how I might get confused.
I can see how you were confused.
Lucia, good morning. Hi, Lucy.
Did you hit the button?
Can she hear me? Hi, good morning. You're on.
A lot of excitement about the Olympics, right?
Oh, yes.
But now it's over. It's kind of sad in a way. Oh, it's so beautiful, right? Incredible.
Yeah. Do you like the Olympics?
Oh, my God. It's crazy. So fun. So beautiful. Incredible. And America got a lot of medals, right?
Yeah, a lot. It's the most ever. Yes.
Yeah, exciting. And now the Olympics are going to be here in LA, right? In 4 years.
In 4 years.
And then we've got winter in 2 years, so you can look forward to that.
Where are they? They're not going to be in the United States,
No,
though,
I
are
don't
they?
think so.
No.
And
I believe in Billy Beane, Montana. They're going to be playing them.
I don't know who it is, but I know Snoopy Dogg. What's his name?
Snoop Dogg, yeah.
Snoop Dogg. I didn't know he's a rapper. I was trying to figure out who is he, Wow.
Well, he's pretty big, pretty mainstream.
Yeah, he is. And Lucy will be very excited to know that in 2 years, for the 2026 Winter Olympics, they will be held in the Italian cities of Milan and Cortina d'Ampezzo.
Cortina d'Ampezzo. Woo! Oh, my God.
Nice. Well, wow. It's so funny, Lucy, because you had called me during my vacation and I couldn't take the call because they don't allow you to take phone calls in the Vatican.
Oh.
That's where you were?
That's where I was, yes. I knew it would thrill you if you knew that, but yeah.
Oh, my God. It's so exciting. Billy, did you like it?
It was wonderful. It was the people were wonderful. In Rome, it was really just an incredible trip that I will never forget.
Everything about the food, Bill.
The food was amazing. It was just something special. Yeah.
No offense to anybody, but your wife doesn't mind. But what about the girls? Did you see the elegance, the beauty, everything?
Most of what I saw, my wife went her way. I went to the strip clubs, and most of them were naked. No.
You go everywhere, woman. Your wife can look at the man. They look so handsome and gorgeous, and the style and the class. All of it. Come on.
It makes me sick. It makes me sick. They're all so skinny. Everybody's wearing the skinny jeans. The men, the women, and they're all smoking. I don't understand that either.
Well, not all of them, but some of them. But what about the espresso? Did you have some?
I did. I was believe me, the only way to get through everything was to be drinking espresso on a regular basis. But it was really...
Well, if you did it, you get to taste the real thing.
It was really, really good, yes. And the food was spectacular.
How long were you there, Bill?
Well, we started in Barcelona and then went to worked our way over to Rome. Yeah.
Wow, exciting! How long total the trip? Like a week?
It was like 12 days, 11 days, something like that. It was wonderful. So.
I think it's great, but you got to go for a month.
I'm thinking about it. We almost missed the plane. We could have been there for a month. So. All right, Lucia, thank you. And I got a break, but thank you.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
I got to say happy birthday to somebody special in my life.
Okay.
He's 14 years old today. It's a boy. Woo! Luca.
Luca is 10 years old today.
Happy birthday, Luca.
Yeah, 14. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Lutz.
I'll talk to you, Bill.
You have a
I'm
wonderful.
so glad that you went.
Yes,
Thank you.
You have a wonderful day. Thank you. Okay.
You too, bye.
Coming up, Dan Smell is an expert on Snell is an expert on. Sorry, Dan. Expert on politics and leadership. And Harris and Trump have now agreed, after all, to debate in September. We'll talk about it coming up.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top-quality tires at unbeatable prices. Now through September 2nd, get up to $130 back on a Firestone Visa prepaid card when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Or buy 4 eligible Bridgestone tires and get up to $140 back on a Bridgestone Visa prepaid card. Experience the thrill of savings on every mile. To learn more and to schedule an appointment, visit tallmanstire.com.
In these crazy times, there's peace of mind in security. Security for our country, for our leaders, security for our families. You are not financially secure if all your eggs are in one basket. Gold and silver are an excellent way to diversify your savings. They're a hedge against inflation. They're a physical asset that is in high demand globally from the wealthy to central banks. Investing some portion of your savings in gold is a smart way to help protect the value of what you've saved. And through our friends at Birch Gold Group, you can own physical gold and silver in a tax-sheltered retirement account. That's right. You can diversify an old IRA or 401k for no money out of pocket into an IRA in gold and silver. With an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and thousands of happy customers, you can trust Birch Gold like I do.
To learn more, text the word HEDGE to 989898 and get a free, no-obligation info kit on gold. Again, text HEDGE to the number 989898 to protect your hard-earned savings today.
Hi, Jim Bono, your guide to all things happening in Herkimer County. It's all unfolding in Herkimer County. Explore the scenic Adirondacks or take a boat tour along the historic Erie Canal. Do you have a business or event to promote? Reach out to Herkimer County Government Facebook page. We're here to showcase the heart and soul of this incredible county. Whether you're a local or just passing through, come to Herkimer County, where history, commerce, and beauty collide. It's happening in Herkimer County.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Yeah, you got that right. All right, let me go. He's been waiting, so I don't want to make him wait any longer. He is an expert when it comes to politics and leadership. Hopefully the two of those words always come together.
Yeah.
Dan Snell, good morning. Thanks for coming on.
Good morning, Bill. Great to be with you again. Yeah, great analogy. Those two words, we wish they would come together, but sometimes politics is the ugly side of public service where those two words belong.
Yeah, it's almost like they're polar opposites at times. Sadly. So, all right, there was not going to be a debate, and now it looks like there is going to be a debate in September.
Yeah, September 10th, ABC is going to host one in Pennsylvania, and then I know Fox is trying to get into the mix. Donald Trump wanted one before September 10th, but now I hope it'll come later, and then September 25th in Michigan is the other one. These will be really important. Remember how everybody wanted to watch the Biden-Trump debate, and it had great viewership. This one will probably have equal viewership because which Donald Trump will show up and what will we see out of Vice President Harris?
It's funny because I had this conversation with my son over the weekend, who has his political leanings, and I don't know, it might have been 5 months ago. I had said, "Listen, it's way too early to try to come to a conclusion of what's going to happen in November. Way too early. It's only April or May or whatever it was, and look how things have changed." But I got to tell you, it's things like this that all it takes in this very fragile, it seems a very fragile political climate, all it takes is one thing to occur which could turn things completely in another direction. You just don't know.
Exactly. It used to be, you've been around news a long time, it used to be every 7 to 10 days there was going to be a news cycle, something happened. Now it's every 7 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
and things change, and it is early. I mean, there's going to be a bump for Harris this week. She does a economic policy, which is Trump's strength, and so if hers looks good, and then you go into the Democratic convention, so she'll be getting some bumps. Then we get into that final race to 60 days to the actual November 5th election, and it's going to be a brouhaha for sure.
Yeah. What is different, though, today is, when you really think about it, is the early voting. And I know it's different state by state, but in New York, by mid-October, there will be early voting. So the window is closing rather quickly.
Yeah, I wish that it would get back to leadership and real good decisions of public service. The nation needs to come together.
Yeah.
We've seen the errors and the bumps that happen in the current voting. States do it differently. I think we need to really settle on whether, hey, let's give Election Day off for all Americans, or let's only have 3 days prior to the election for early voting, because we need to adjust that, because that way we get away from the, election stolen and all that rigged and everything. Let's get down some rules that we can follow.
One would think, you're talking about a national election, you would think there would be a national one rule that would cover the entire country when it comes to a national election, but it doesn't work that way.
No.
Yeah. Well, I thought, there's just a lot of things, the national debt we need to take a look at, how we spend money. Spending is too out of control. Elections, there's a lot of things that, unfortunately, this Congress, has a tendency, we want to have a public hearing or a congressional hearing for anything that comes up, but let's focus on the things that are important rather than, somebody's dog in New York poops in somebody else's backyard, and so we're going to have a congressional hearing on that.
I do wonder, are we in a position where, and I feel like we may be, where people are beginning to look at this and say, I'm just so tired of the drama. During all of this, when, and both parties have been guilty of this, holding hearings and investigations and what have you. But I do think, the public is ready to get back to talking about making this a better country. Not to steal a line from Trump, but policy, talking about things that really matter to the American people.
Yeah, we need to have a fresh start and a new vision for how we elect people and what public service is about, and that includes term limits. So you go to Washington, D.C. With a vision and a hope and an idea, and after X amount of years, maybe it's 5-6 terms and 2 terms as senator, whatever it might be, you get the job done and you go home. Because I know I held office 5 times. I'm a lot smarter as a former elected official than I was when I was in office.
Yeah. Hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
Always.
I'd ask you, Dan, on this, what your opinion is. The Democrats, obviously, you can see what can happen in a debate. I don't know that we've ever seen such an action, such a change in an election as we saw after the Biden-Trump debate. But the reality is, we still are we're a moderate country. Maybe we're more conservative than moderate. I wonder if we judge women differently still today. And if that's the case, that puts a lot of weight on this debate in how Kamala Harris handles Donald Trump. Because I hate to say at times, if a woman is tough, if a man is tough, we look at it with he's tough. He doesn't take any crap.
Yeah.
Where if a woman is tough, we may judge her differently. How much do you think the Democrats should be concerned about that?
That's going to be a fine line for both candidates. I mean, she can, as a former prosecutor and attorney, she understands and usually gets prepared for the case in front of her and the debate in front of her. And, she had a couple good lines during her previous debates, but she also has a personality that can be testy or edgy, and sometimes a facial expression or a word, and it could be a soundbite that we'll be hearing through the rest of the campaign. So both candidates really need to be careful of the words they use, and even the facial expressions. Even the big smile that Kamala has versus Trump sometimes has a tendency to look a little grumpy. And there's studies done that if you're looking at a smile versus a frown, people view that differently. That's a shallow thing for voting for president, but it's a fact.
It is. Boy, just think about the Nixon-Kennedy debate. They say the Nixon was sweaty. He looked uncomfortable. I mean, boy, wouldn't it be great to get back to those days? Maybe we aren't too far from there after all. Maybe we're heading back in that direction.
Yeah, well, JFK was kind of he and Ronald Reagan's campaign chairman at a very, very young age because they thought Ronald Reagan was old at 68 to be running, so they wanted young people to be involved in the campaign, of course. And now look at us, Ronald Reagan at 68, he'd be a puppy.
He'd be a puppy. So, wow. Dan, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Great to be with you. Stay winsome.
Have a great day. Thank you. Dan Snell, good guy to have on.
Smart.
Knows his stuff, and it's going to be very interesting. And you say, well, it's all over now. I've heard it from both sides. It's all over now. Oh, it's way too early. I realize it's mid-August, but the way this seems to be bouncing back and forth, this is more like a ping pong competition than it is anything else. Craziness. Hold on tight. We'll keep it going here. It's 8:45 and wrap it up for a Monday morning at WIBX.
Are you ready to beat the heat and get fit? Hi, this is Lisa from Fit Body Boot Camp in Whitesboro and in Clinton. At Fit Body Boot Camp, the environment is cool and the workouts are hot. My team of Rockstar certified coaches promise that you'll leave feeling sweaty. Nope, not because of the heat, but because of our invigorating workouts designed to provide you with unbelievable energy and strength. But how do you get started? Well, I'll make it real easy for you. All you need to do is call us at 315-725-3789 or find us on Facebook and sign up for 3 free sessions.
Hi, I'm Cesar Milan. People are always commenting on how happy and healthy my dogs are. One of the reasons is the food my dogs eat.
Introducing Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food.
I have been feeding them Dr. Marty's freeze-dried raw formula for years. And this food is a big part of why their jaws are more flexible, their teeth are cleaner, and their coats shinier, and why they seem more youthful and playful.
And dog parents across the U.S. are loving it.
My dog Hazel is a 10-and-a-half-year-old golden retriever, and ever since I've been feeding her Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend food, she is like a puppy again. It's unbelievable.
We're so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee. And for a limited time, save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of Cod Krispies. They're wild-caught, ultra-crunchy cod skin treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Text DEAL to 511-511 today. All dogs are unique. Your dog results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
There's no glory in getting beat up on the job. Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting work done. But Ferris commercial mowers at Clinton Tractor help you finish strong and feel good doing it with patented suspension technology. Visit Clinton Tractor today for a test drive and feel the Ferris difference. Or go to clintontractor.net. Ferris, work hard, feel good.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-727-9105. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-727-9105. 800-727-9105. 800-727-9105.
This is actual footage of Bill Keeler doing a radio show on WIBX. Sadly, his career was found in a heavily wooded area. If you know the person or persons who ended the radio career of Bill Keeler, please tell them thanks on behalf of the people of Central New York.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
I didn't know how I did that. It was a Keeler. Andrew Dominion, I got to tell you, you're all dressed up today.
Yeah, big showing today. Big appointment.
And nowhere to go. Andrew, River Hills Properties, real estate agent, featured often on Sold in upstate New York.
Great program, by the way.
And that is their TV show. By the way, it's so amazing that I literally was editing the last 2 weeks
from overseas
on a ship, as a matter of fact. Sailing across the Mediterranean.
Sailing takes me away.
I wasn't singing that song.
Oh, okay.
No.
But were you playing Yacht Rock?
Yacht Rock. But I'm pretty sure when you look at Sold in upstate New York, Andrew has a TV commercial that airs in the River Hills Properties.
Yes.
It's a real estate show. It airs weekends on Fox and WPNY. And I'm pretty sure that's the same tie you wore in the TV commercial.
It very well may be.
I think it is. Yeah.
I love this tie.
Anyway, the program is called Sold in Upstate New York. Check it out. And you can find it on YouTube as well, anytime. And, of course, on the weekends, Saturday on WPNY at 2 p.m., Sundays, 8 a.m. and 11 p.m. on Fox 33. Mary Ellen Wiley is with the Cornell Cooperative Extension. There was, I know this sounds crazy, but there was what is called a Manure conference this past weekend, and it was held in Rome at the Collins Farm. And I want to bring in Mary Ellen Wiley, if I could, who knows a little something about this. She was there.
She does.
Hello, Mary Ellen. Good morning.
Hi, thanks for having me on this morning. I really appreciate it.
Well, not everybody knows that there is such a thing as a manure conference.
Yeah, so this past weekend, hosted at Collins Farm in Rome, New York. John and Sam opened up their farm for our local community. We had agricultural farm services, their manure transport haulers. We had local first responders, and then we had local farmers within the community, just to talk a little bit about farm safety, potential gas hazards when it comes to manure transportation and manure storage. And then additionally, we had Zach Newton there from Newton Ag Services outside of Casanova. He does agricultural transportation, crops, manure, works as a custom guy for a lot of our larger farms within that Casanova area and outward. And he came and spoke with our guests that attended this program about how to really take the time to make sure you're doing things safely. It takes an extra 5 minutes to put up a jack to make sure that a truck box doesn't fall, or he timed it all out. So it was a really great opportunity for our first responders as well as the farmers to see, just take that extra time, do it safely. We really want everyone wants to get home at the end of the day. That's the big thing.
Well, we saw that with the two gentlemen who died on that large farm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's definitely tragic.
Mm-hmm.
And I know based on information that the New York Center of Agriculture and Medicine did provide me, that was those are two of the first casualties that have happened in 13 years.
Wow.
So what's happening on farms is really safe. I mean, it's not safe all the time, but these guys are getting things done. They're getting manure on the field. They're getting their crops in. They're getting their cows fed. And they're doing what they think is safe. And safe as possible. So we're just trying to, reiterate to our agricultural community, reiterate to our public that it just takes an extra 5 minutes to just make sure that you're going to get home at the end of the day, that you're taking those steps to make sure you're getting home to your family and you're doing what you do every day.
Yep.
A little safer.
It shows you the power of the gases that come off this, that come out of these vats filled with this manure. What about the smell? Is there any talk about dealing with your local community? Because it's one of the things, of course, that residents will complain about is that smell during the summertime.
Yeah, so I do get a lot of calls about this. during the prime time when manure is being put on the field.
Spring, summer,
Yeah, spring, summer, fall. A lot of these producers are working with soil and water to implement fertilizer plans on their fields so that their manure is being spread properly, a certain amounts being spread properly, timing's right. But there's different systems. So like drag lines, for example, they really don't cause a lot of smell. But, I mean, that's one thing that it's really, I mean, if you're living in a rural community and you have farms in your backyard, you know, it's kind of part of the rural, you want to have a rural lifestyle. I mean, these farmers got to get their manure spread. They're feeding us 365 days, 24/7 they're working. They got to get it on the field. I mean, manure, it's a fertilizer. It's a natural fertilizer, and it's basically free for the farmers to use on their operation. So it's not going away. There's no perfume that can be added to it. It's just part of living in rural America, and it's part of living in rural upstate New York. So,
we did find a company that actually neutralizes much of the smell out west, but it's expensive.
Yeah,
and
it's extremely expensive.
Yeah, and you know, maybe down the road there will be a solution, but right now we're speaking with Mary Ellen Wiley with the Cornell Cooperative Extension. Mary Ellen, when you hold an event like this, I'm assuming farmers are well past the rest of us who are a bunch of juvenile idiots who are like, oh, yeah, Manure Fest sounds like a political convention to me.
Well, Mary Ellen knows me well, and I know Mary Ellen and her husband, Sean, and they know me all too well.
There have to be a few jokes in there, right?
Right.
Okay, all right. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I think this one was a pretty, not serious, but it was well attended.
Yeah.
We had about 40 plus people there. Again, first responders were there. A lot of our events are open to our agriculture community first responders.
Yeah.
At Extension, we have a Farm Flash, which is a monthly newsletter we send out, as well as we do bi-weekly updates for programs that we're hosting. We have awesome ag educators on our team. We have a dairy and livestock educator. We have soil health agronomists. We have a lot of folks that are really involved locally within our agriculture industry, and we're all here to help. So that's the best thing about it. I mean, a lot of us are coming from a farm, and we're going into the office. So we're involved.
You're very involved. All right, Mary Ellen, we appreciate it. Appreciate the work you guys do at Cornell Cooperative Extension.
Thank you so much.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
All right. I came home after 2 weeks, and my basil it's like 3 feet tall.
Yeah, the raised bed gardens and other gardens have been thriving with the humid and hot weather.
It's crazy. How do you the artist H-E-R, is it pronounced that way?
I'm not sure.
Davey, is it pronounced H-E-R?
I'm not hip on the artistic world.
Or is it pronounced H-E-R?
I'm not up on that lingo.
Did an outstanding rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner during the closing ceremonies of the Olympics in Paris. You want to hear a little piece of it? You might have heard it already last night, but here is audio, I believe.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
The reason our anthem was being played in the closing ceremonies is it was the transition that is going to occur when the Summer Olympics, go to Los Angeles.
And because we whooped that booty over there.
In 4 years. And, yeah, although China did very well as well.
Not as good as us.
Were we close? I think maybe with gold medals. We may have been very close with them. Anyway, the reality is the Olympics are over, and the Herkimer County Fair begins tomorrow. State Fair starts the following week. We're back tomorrow. News is next.
Hi, this is Rob Hilton of Hilton Estate and Elder Law with important information for families that have disabled children to protect the child and to ensure your future wishes are met. So if you have a disabled child, you need to provide them with what's called a special needs trust. This trust allows them to receive an inheritance from you, but also allows them to keep any governmental benefits that they are receiving. It is critically important that if they have an inheritance coming, that they not lose their benefits. Unmarried couples should be aware of important steps they need to take with their estate planning. If a partner dies and does not leave a will, the surviving partner will not likely receive any of the assets from the deceased partner. This can create a lot of problems in the future and must be resolved utilizing a will or a trust. To find out more about strategies to protect your loved ones through proper estate planning, contact us at Hilton Estate and Elder Law. Call for more information and to schedule an in-person meeting to answer your questions.
Hilton, you know the name, they know the law. Hilton Estate and Elder Law.
Adirondack Home Furniture is the area's go-to store for top-quality, durable, American-made pieces for any room. And all month long, Adirondack Home Furniture is having a summer sale event on select floor pieces. Stop in and check out their hot summer buys all month long through Labor Day weekend. Are you looking for a better night's sleep? Then check out their selection of Restonic mattresses or their private label flippable mattress line. Once you select the perfect piece for your space, they can deliver it locally free of charge, or you can pick it up from their showroom. So stop into Adirondack Home Furniture today for their summer sales event and save big on select floor pieces and take what you love home today. And save even more in their clearance room with many new markdowns and price to sell items. Adirondack Home Furniture in Riverside Center, Utica. Give them a call at 315-738-7817 or visit Adirondack.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. W295EI. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Clear intent to engage in political persecution.